Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, older lady.
I'm 42. That's a cool age.
Yeah, it is.
It's the nerdy age.
Yes.
Yes, it's the nerdy age.
Okay.
The issue is what's the question?
Yep. Well,
What do you get when you multiply 6 by 9?
How old are you?
Yeah, well, we have to wait several million years and have a huge computer that takes up the entire world to.
Oh, music.
Yes. So now you know we're live.
Are we talking about Bozeman brain?
Bozeman brain?
I don't know. I just heard someone say a million-year computer. That's something. Okay.
No, that's the book and radio series, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, Julie, look what I got.
Oh, you're making the little lights for another nerdy project?
Yes, this is my tricorder I got from Star Trek.
Cool.
I just finished today watching last season of Discovery. This is definitely my favorite Star Trek now.
Ah.
Sorry, Captain Picard, you're still my favorite captain, but
That's fair.
He's from La Barre, France.
And has a very English accent.
yep.
Yes.
And he has the right color hair.
Yep. Well, he doesn't have hair, but
Exactly.
That's the point. And off is a TV channel.
There you go.
Captain Picard doesn't have hair, and yet for some reason the producers of Star Trek Nemesis can't believe that can imagine a young Captain Picard with hair, so they had to have young Captain Picard and follow be bald.
Well,
I mean,
Patrick Stewart did go bald pretty early. So
yeah, very young, and also he started looking old pretty young.
True. The thing in Star Trek Next Generation, especially since some people are very continuity nerds, we did see a young young Captain Jean-Luc Picard with hair, and so it's kind of like,
Shut up, David, and join the stream.
yes, join the stream, David.
Everyone
she
join
wanted
the
everybody
stream.
come to her birthday party.
Everybody takes a dump. I don't see why that's a big deal.
It was my
David.
birthday this
Everybody
week.
poops.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Oh, and Tim, it's your birthday too. So Tim's birthday is today. Well, Julie's birthday it was Thursday.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Happy birthday, Julie. Happy birthday, Tim. And come on in, everyone. Julie, come on in. Mithril, come on in. Click the link. That should work. And let us know if it doesn't. How's everyone doing?
7.
Julie,
42.
how? That's a good answer.
That's the answer to life, by the way.
The life, universe, and everything. I knew you weren't gonna like it.
I've never read the book, but I did see the 2005 movie, though.
That movie was a decent. I enjoyed it.
The movie's fun. It's
okay.
lacking a lot
A
of.
friend of mine took me because I was actually in elementary school, and it was one of my camp counselors knew I was such a dork about space, so she took me to see that movie. That was back in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing the World's poster on an adjacent movie theater wall, the one with
Tom Cruise.
Ted
Cruz.
What day is today?
You've been trying to ask me something, Jonathan.
How stinky was your pizza that Mylan made for you?
7 cheeses. So I'm letting you guess.
I guess it is very stinky, but also very delicious.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. You had Colby and white cheddar and what else? American cheese.
I'm not impressed, though.
She ain't falling for it.
Hello, Phoenix.
And there's David.
And there's Joey.
Yay!
Bum, bum. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah, Phoenix turned 18 in 2005. Everyone on the internet is so young. Yeah.
That. What?
Mhm.
When did I turn 18? I can't even remember.
We're talking about when we could finally vote.
27.
When we could what? I could drink when I was 18. I couldn't vote when I was 18.
We can in Europe.
Why couldn't
well,
you vote
in
when you were
France.
18?
Huh? Because at that time you had to be 21 to vote.
What?
Yep. 18.
Yeah.
They finally lowered the voting age in like the 70s, and I think the big push
Yeah,
for
and said if
that
you can
was-
get drafted to go die in Vietnam, you can vote.
Yeah, exactly.
I could
know
drink beer and
I want to
18.
lower it all the way down to 14. I think the voting age should be set at where you are okay to get a job.
I think we finally know
that
what
if
kind of
you-
pizza Mylan made for Julie. If you look in the stream, you can see it.
Oh my god, how dare you?
Oh my god, is that a Fruit Loop
Okay.
pizza?
It is a Fruit
Ew.
Loops pizza.
This is from
That's so
Iowa.
gross.
Oh my god.
Well, at least it doesn't have pineapple on it, so I mean it's not that bad.
The pineapple would have made it better.
Yes,
Disgusting.
I like
Holy
pineapple on pizza.
Why do you do that to me?
Yeah.
Well, you should feel good.
I didn't
because
do
you're
that
not-
to you.
you're not
Iowa
in-
did that
in
to you.
Iowa. You're not in Des Moines.
Your fucking country shouldn't exist.
Well, Des Moines.
No
ought
country
not
should
to
exist, so
Well,
That's
yeah, there's
true.
that.
I wonder what my country would be called if it still belonged to indigenous people.
Probably my country or my land or
The Black Hills.
it wouldn't be one country. It would be like a couple
We'll
dozen.
call it Nativia.
We could call it. Then you.
Excuse me why I fight with a fucking atheist on Facebook.
We call it. I guess we call it.
John, what is that?
It's a sandwich.
I guess it is technically is a sandwich. It is like
Bread,
a
meat, and
plus-
cheese, bread.
We'll debate on that should be cheese or not.
That's a sandwich.
Yeah, I think you get away with that on a technicality.
That's a
but-
stupid sandwich, but that's a sandwich.
Because
nut
like
tuck.
because like I can't put that. I guess I could put it if I have a big enough like George Foreman grill. I could put it in the grill like that, but it's just like I don't think it will turn out well.
Have any of you guys seen this movie before?
Hold on,
I've heard of it. It's got Michelle
Euro trip.
Trachtenberg in it. That's all I know about it.
I
can't-
don't want to know anything about that.
What was the? I didn't see the.
Euro Trip. A
like-
knockoff of Road Trip, which was
Can you
Yes.
stop? Can you stop trying to make stuff about Europe, especially France, please? I've seen the Three Musketeers. Okay, stop it.
I want to go to Europe.
There was they made another movie, the man in the Iron Mask too.
I think
Alright,
Europe
Cody,
disbanded.
Oh yeah. Wasn't there like 3 or 4 different Three Musketeer movies?
Oh, there are tons of different
Haven't
movies.
they like
and
remade that
series and-
thing like 50,000 times already?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I like the one with Keith Sutherland and like the Charlie Sheen, but like that's me.
see that also had.
I mean, I watched them all.
Ted
I
Curry.
just don't remember them.
Are you alive, David?
Yes, he is here. I heard him.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
as usual, no one's listening
Ah.
to me, so I don't.
You never say anything worth listening to, so.
I said Europe has disbanded.
Well,
Oh.
just because the English-speaking people left doesn't mean that Europe is over.
Yeah, they got rid of the UK. That's about it. Ireland's still part of the EU, though, and now people are trying to move into Ireland.
I don't know. Have you heard the song "The Final Countdown"?
Yes, I heard of that Europe song.
It's the final countdown.
The music video was not that interesting. That's important. With the final countdown.
When I was a teen, I was a fan of that band.
Mm-hmm. And now they've disbanded.
So wait, just now, or did that happen?
So has all.
Oh, probably a couple of years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb is if you have to explain a joke, then it's not a very good joke, or it's not good for the crowd. You're
nope.
Yep.
What? And Mithril has joined Cello, talking about being disbanded from Europe.
No. He left. That's something completely different.
No, his government left. He still wanted to be in the EU, or still sees himself in the EU. Is that right, like Mithril? Testing.
Good. Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hooray.
Well, I
David, you
can't,
have
but everybody else
traumatized
can.
Phoenix in the chat.
Oh.
David,
She called your joke a dad joke. I hope you're very proud.
Yeah, well, it's probably a dad joke because that group, that single, especially, is from like 1984 or 1985, I think. So probably most of the people who knew them back then are dads or moms by now.
No, I'm not. And
or,
you're not.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they're
Stop
just
it.
old.
not, but yeah, well, our
I'm
generation
Old enough to be anyway.
it's full of moms and dads.
That's true.
Yes, I'm afraid some
We're
of
the
us
lucky
continue
ones.
some of us continue to propagate the species. Unfortunately.
Well, technically, I'm actually grandparent age.
Well, yes.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I have fully grown kids.
Yeah.
Both kids voted for the president this year.
oh yeah, that
You're
but
way too young to be a grandparent. Stop it.
I have a cousin my age who's a great grandma. So
Shut up.
If you
Maybe a
work
great
really
grandparent
hard
by
at it,
this
you could
time.
be a great grandparent by your 40s.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Technically,
not recommended.
Oh.
And
No,
now
don't
we
say that,
have
Phoenix.
an example
It's
of.
it's the Britney song, Mithril.
Oh.
Except there's not the gay word in the Britney song. My loneliness is killing me.
Oh, God.
Oh, killing me.
Wow, I'm
I think
so
Marty
ignorant.
has an awesome idea.
Maybe one more time.
Wait, what's your awesome idea, Joey?
Oh, I said Marty has an awesome idea. She wants to remake the Three Musketeers.
And Venus followed
There
it
you go.
up with like make them all three like femmes of color too.
Uh-huh.
They
That would
spend
be
all their
cool.
time fucking each other and they let the kingdom burn. That sounds good.
No, they're just gonna
Oh.
cut motherfuckers everywhere. That's like
Mhm.
that's the movie I want to see.
They
Three
had
Musketeers,
like-
except
Fuck
it's set
off
in
with my
Detroit in the
culture,
1980s.
For fuck's sake.
Ben Shabibo's head would explode, wouldn't it?
Yes, Ben Shapiro's head would be it would explode. Yes.
Ben Shapiro probably thinks that that's an American story too. So
Well,
Well, it's about
I
defending a
mean-
king and killing people with swords.
Yes.
So yes, it's very American.
Yep.
Mhm.
classic American.
Pretty much.
or in
I
What's
just
called-
yell at you and Malin has come to ask me if I'm okay.
Thank you, Mylan.
Too much cheese.
Jonathan says thank you, Malin.
I like that song actually, Rolling by Limp Bizkit, as cheesy as it is, and how terrible Limp Bizkit is in general. But I still like some of their songs, honestly.
I
It's just
mean-
like-
How terrible are Limp Bizkit? Because I heard that.
I knew.
Shit, bullshit.
Yeah.
Just
I-
look
I
at
knew
how
you were
they
evil,
have
Jonathan.
written
I
biscuit.
knew it.
I mean, Sorry, David. What did you say?
I am
said,
evil.
I know Jonathan is evil. If you like that song, you're evil. That's just that's one of those basic truths that you will read about in future editions of the great philosophers of our time.
Is anyone a Grateful Dead fan in the group?
I'm not a Deadhead, but I like their music.
I heard a couple of their songs and I like them. Yeah.
American.
They're
They're
better than their
album.
fans.
I was more of a Floyd
overdosed
fan.
on 70s rock because my mom listened a lot of that, and you know, the music your parents listen to, it's not your music.
Well, it depends. My mom loved all kinds of music. Like she listened to
Except rap
everything.
and country.
No, she listens to everything. Literally everything.
Cool.
So
I'm pretty sure she doesn't. She listens to death metal.
well, hard metal, yes. You could. There was a couple of Slayer songs actually that I would put
Oh,
on.
okay.
My mom liked them. So
Yeah, no, the Slayer is nice.
Yeah, Slayer is
That's
good.
more
but
trash
you could
than
go
death.
over the. You could go over the
Yeah.
edge. Like she didn't like Gore. I had a Gore album. For a long time, and
Oh.
she did not like Gore.
Yeah,
I like-
who likes gore?
I did, but
Sorry.
that was that
Like,
was also when like I was. I
must-
don't know. I think I was moving through life at like Mach 5.
Oh, yeah. I'll be honest. I like Lordy, which is kind of like the imitation of Gwar. I mean, Hard
you know,
Rock
their
Hallelujah.
stage act though. Their
I know.
stage act was just awesome.
Yeah, that definitely. If you they put on a show.
Satellite in your eyes.
I don't know if you want to watch that kind of spectacle. Like, I don't know. I'd rather go watch Slipknot.
Oh yeah, Slipknot. I do like his.
Maybe
Slipknot
because musically, I think they're better. But I mean, that
At some
stays.
point-
You know, as long
Yes,
as you're not a fan of, I don't know,
I remember.
Michael Bolton. I don't know.
No, I can give you one that's even worse than Michael Bolton. Fucking what's he called? Bublé.
Michael
Just-
Bublé?
I'm not
Oh.
against Bublé.
Oh
I don't
God.
hate that kind of music.
Why do you hate Michael Bublé?
Because I can't stand that sort of cloying, vomit-inducing. I hate look. I hate Frank Sinatra
Mithril
from the
doesn't like
bottom of my heart.
crooners. You
No, I
don't.
don't.
You don't like crooners, babe.
I despise Sinatra with every little shriveled piece of my black
okay.
little soul.
Wow, this is.
I can hear that. Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay.
He was. I think what really annoys me is when I was much young, a lot younger. The radio in this country, it must have been shortly after Bing Crosby's death. They did a whole series about him and about his music, and I always thought Bing Crosby was a much better singer than Sinatra was. And plus Sinatra was a misogynistic pig with mafia connections as well, you know. I mean,
He was a guy. Of course, he was a misogynistic.
yeah,
pig.
but you know, it was worse than it needed to be, I think, is my viewpoint.
I like how Julie said it's misogynist. I like that.
Yes, I
Hey,
have
Marty.
an accent.
That's cool. I like accents.
As long
I
as
woke up
everyone
this
is
morning-
understanding me, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I woke
exactly.
up this
Hi,
morning with
Marty.
a Weird Al Yankovic song stuck in my head.
Well, Dare to Be
Which
Stupid.
one?
This
I'm
song
sorry,
is
I'll
just 6
take it.
words long.
Oh.
Which one?
This song is just 6 words long.
I don't know
And-
that one.
This
I know-
song is just 6 words long. This song is just 6 words long.
Oh, what's that? I've
Yeah,
got
It must have been playing in my dream or something last night. I don't
What's
even
the
know. but I
original?
woke up. It was just
I got
going
the
in my
whole
head.
world in my
Oh.
hand.
No.
No,
that
It's
was,
it's
Got
got
my
my
eyes
mind
set
set
on
on
you.
you,
Oh,
Yeah.
Mindset on You. Thank you.
which
David.
is not a George Harrison song, but a cover that George Harrison did of an older song. I don't remember who did the original, but so there you go.
Yeah, it was not the original that was stuck in my head though. It was Weird Al Yankovic's remake. The song
I
is just
mean-
6 words long, and it was so annoying too.
There's not a lot of Weird Al songs that aren't better than the original.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking
I
of
mean-
Weird Al, I'm gonna go poop.
Well, you have to go and
You're
make
gonna
me
play
so
the-
constipated.
He's gonna play the accordion at the same time. That's why.
Oh God.
I think
Cut your mic, John.
Yes, cut your mic, John. It is
No,
literally-
we say that because once he forgot.
I remember that.
Okay.
Marty, were you part of that call, or were you just like
Yeah,
watching
White
it
and
with-
Nerdy is fucking amazing.
I was part of that shit.
Really? Oh, the John pooping one.
As it were.
The collective. Yeah.
the collect? Oh, this one. What that one was so bad that David had to stop himself before he said it.
John is such a raging communist. He takes everybody with him to go take a shit.
Yep.
Collective pooping.
We shit together.
I think that doesn't that fall into personal rather than collective? I don't know.
Depends. I mean, you get those old Roman outdoors communal pooping
Yeah.
places. Then yeah.
Oh, I saw
Yeah,
one
that
of,
was
I
Rome.
had to use one of those in some
It's
small
old.
ass little tiny
That's-
town in France.
Hmm.
They had one of those old freaking public restrooms that were literally just holes in the floor that you squatted over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
I'm like squatting over a hole going, oh my God.
That's
No,
why you
I
go.
know,
That's why you go to
there's still-
France. You go
there's
to France
still
for the
bars.
culture.
Right? You go to France for the culture.
You know, there was a lot of that until like 10 years ago. Now they
Yeah.
started because they have been forced to make public spaces accessible.
Hmm.
So
Well,
those
good,
have
because that was just-
disappeared.
That was 10
Did you
levels
just-
wrong, 12.
Yeah,
15
yeah.
levels
Imagine
wrong.
doing your poop in that. Yeah, well, just
Yeah.
a pee.
Yeah, all I had to
while
pee, I
being
just had to pee.
disabled. Oh my
I was so grateful that all I had to do was pee.
Yeah,
Well-
I saw I saw that thing in that same kind of thing in a
Hey, I'm
rest stop in Italy.
Imagine I had to
and-
pee in
and-
those when I was drunk as fuck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I was lucky enough to be one of the standy epic guys, folks, and so it was. But I when I went in there, I was thinking I should probably take a dump, just because we had a long ride still on this bus to get to Venice, and
Hi,
I saw
comrade.
all
Hi,
that, and I
Valerie.
thought, well, no, I think I'll just wait. Man, it was weird how American I was. I still am.
Well,
I remember- I
the
rem-
justification behind that is they're more hygienic because you're not putting your butt on the toilet.
Yeah, but you're
Mm.
standing in shit.
Yes, and not peeing on your own feet.
Yeah.
Is like an art
Yeah.
that you don't
Well, and the
master
one
when
that
you are
I-
drunk. I'm telling
the-
you.
Okay, so the one that I was in looked like it had to have been, the Dark Ages when the
Yeah,
fucker was
because
built.
no one can
And so I'm
pee in
looking
that
at this shit
hole.
going,
That's
I'm going, how many people died of the bubonic plague right
Yep.
here on this
Yep.
floor?
It was.
Yep.
It was
Like-
probably cholera. That's
Yep.
the one. You
Yeah,
picked from.
right.
Like there's
More recently,
there's-
cholera, dysentery.
there's old shit in Europe, but literally
There's old shit. Yes,
There's
they get it in every archaeological dig. They get old shit.
Mhm. Well, when I
it's
was taking
fossilized.
when I was taking archaeology master's program here, one of the things that I didn't actually get to do it, but one of the things they talked about was historical archaeology. The very best place to do historical archaeology is in old outhouses, because people threw all kinds of stuff down the toilet, down the outhouse hole.
Yeah.
And after 100 years or so, it doesn't smell that bad. And
Well, 100 years. Yeah.
Found some teenager's drug stash.
Yeah, right. Kind of wonder, what's the shelf life of meth?
The French cheese, probably.
I remember
French cheese. Well, yeah,
God.
that's probably just getting ripe now.
Don't start talking shit,
That's how
David.
they age it.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
talking-
eat rotten fish. Don't
No, I don't.
come
I
at
don't.
me.
It's not a thing of the south of Sweden. It's a thing of the
North
north of Sweden.
Yeah.
I
You live
don't
in-
care.
Who lives in Sweden?
David lives in Sweden. David's a Swede, yes.
Have you? Oh, I like Sweden. What do you guys think about ABBA
Why?
and Greta Thunberg?
Oh, that is so American.
And David's got a good point. Why do you like Sweden?
Because of ABBA and Greta Thunberg. Okay,
'Cause he's a
I can
Swede.
see that. Yeah. Those are some of the good examples, I think.
Yeah, ABBA and Greta are good.
I've always wanted
to say.
I always want to marry a Scandinavian, honestly.
At least you're not Norwegian, David.
You read my
Hey,
mind.
most of northern Wisconsin is.
Yeah. They're all in
Norwegian.
Wisconsin now.
You have to be careful of my people.
Mhm.
And most of the Swedes went to Minnesota. So
Yeah. Minnesota.
Tallest,
All the Swedes in
tallest,
Minnesota.
skinniest redhead I've ever seen in my life was Swedish.
Mm.
I saw him in Sweden. I can't even guess. He had to be he was at least 7 feet tall.
Mm.
But he
David,
was so skinny.
you should read the chat.
He was super skinny. And
Phoenix is
redheaded.
coming at you.
yeah,
I hope-
IKEA was founded by a Nazi, by the way. So,
Yeah.
Really? IKEA?
Yep.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on. That furniture can only have been developed by somebody who has a deep loathing of humanity.
I like IKEA furniture. It's
For
a
the
project.
king and the king,
It's a project, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, everything.
You should all
Like that.
listen this song called Val Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That one I
Yes.
have not heard of.
I
that
have
another Weird
IKEA
Al song?
furniture, but yeah, it's a good job I have 30 years worth of screws and bolts hanging around because
I mean, they used to be cheap, and now it's become not cheap.
yeah.
Well, when anything gets popular,
Mm.
their prices start going up.
Yeah, but it's still shit.
But it's shipped that they ship directly to your home so that you can put it together yourself.
That's
Badly.
true. But they're not the only ones to do that. But
I mean, that was supposed to be the whole reason it kept their prices down, wasn't it? That
Mhm.
you did the actual physical work, but
I mean,
Facebook's
David,
Facebook's advertising algorithm is utter shit.
Yes.
oh, actually, Facebook, for my birthday, I was
They put you in
banned from
prison for
Facebook.
insulting Mehmet.
Yes.
No,
Mhm.
I called Mehmet a slut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
it got
sorry.
You're
No,
not
it wasn't
sorry.
reported. It's the automatic thing that flagged
Oh,
the
the
word
automatic
slut.
thing.
Yes.
Oh.
I
I
got-
got put in
I got-
Facebook jail for 30 days for saying that
Hmm.
French has too many vowels.
I
I
got-
called you
I
a
got-
couple.
This is a truly a Big Brother situation. I see it here.
I got
Yes,
thrown in
sir.
Facebook just because I said bitch. And it wasn't to like a girl, it was just bitch just in general.
Yeah, that's
In this case,
becoming
though, it's the
ridiculous.
advertising
Bitch,
that's crap.
bitch to the universe.
No, but we can even joke among friends, but the Nazis and people who
Yeah.
who like send death and rape threats to women are still on Facebook because they use dog whistles.
Yep.
So
Reported a guy
that's
just the other
becoming
day.
really silly. If I can't even call Mehmet a slut anymore, what the fuck?
No kidding.
What's the point of living?
Yeah, and
So
so
I got-
poor Mehmet, he loves that.
I got thrown in Facebook jail recently for talking about how racists were ignorant trash.
Oh yeah.
That's what I said. Racists are ignorant trash. That's basically what I said. Got reported. It was on a live stream. Probably shouldn't have done that. I got reported by some trolls. I end up in Facebook jail.
Wow.
Literally come out, and that very day had a guy just flat out tell me that white Americans should have finished the job, in quote, with indigenous people.
Yeah,
and that didn't.
I'm like, so you're basically getting away with implying that you should have finished a genocide.
Yes,
and
because he
you
didn't
don't get,
say
like,
the
I
keyword.
He's not implying it. He's stating it outright.
Like, I reported him.
Yes,
and
but
I get the
there's
notice
no
back
human.
from Facebook saying it doesn't
There's
go
no
against
human
community
working for
standards.
Facebook, babes.
Yeah.
It's robots. If you don't say certain words, you're okay.
Yeah.
Even
that
if
was
you
my
are
point,
praising
like,
fucking genocide, that's
yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can get away with talking about genocide, but you can't.
So I have an alt
follow-
account now. It's Leto Anor. If you want to friend me, it's not my real name. I can say it on the internet. I don't want to say my real name.
Are you sure? I was going to lighten the mood by telling a story about a Swedish one of those alt-right trolls in the Swedish universe, which none of you will know about. But a couple of years back, she was crowdfunding a book along with another one of these trolls. They can barely write in Swedish, but they think they can write a book. And she, for reals,
who?
You won't know who it is because she only tweets in Swedish. But she was crowdfunding a book, and then she proudly announced that she was going to interview Facebook. Which
what?
Yeah, she was going to interview Facebook, and I guess she got in touch with some of their local offices in Sweden or whatever, and she called that interviewing Facebook, which is like,
oh god,
it's like if you think you're actually talking to a multinational corporation with headquarters in the US or wherever, and you're talking to some local Stockholm office of theirs, and you think you're interviewing Facebook, then you need to get something examined. I don't know what.
No kidding. You're just talking to random Sven. Like,
yeah, so there's probably some PR office who sort of got licensed, or they got a franchise from Facebook to set up an office with their logo on it.
Zuckerberg or something.
Yeah, so she interviewed Facebook, and ever since then, whenever she says something stupid, which is like once an hour,
yeah,
when she's having a good day, someone brings this up that she's interviewed Facebook, and she still doesn't get that that's a hilarious statement to make.
They don't have their self-awareness is not particularly great with the fascists, I'm afraid, is it?
Sometimes, I mean, it's like you don't know if they're serious or if they're just making themselves stupid as fuck to sort of
I'm going to go with the latter, David.
Cater to their audience. But
I'm going to go with the latter on that one, I reckon.
Yeah, you never know.
It's hard to tell. You know, it's kind of like we used to get. I used to be in this great big giant atheist group, and I was a moderator in that group on Facebook. And
but wait, you're not a white guy.
We used to get these. We would call them pose. They would pretend that they were Christian, but they weren't. They were atheists, but they were in there to fuck with all the other atheists. And so they pretended to be Christian, but you couldn't tell. And so they started calling them pose, and now that's where Poe's law comes from when you're talking about people on the internet who are pretending to be something that they're not. That basically started, years back with people pretending to be Christian online. You can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference if people are pretending to be Christian
You have a lot of
It's-
people pretending to be Christian offline. I think.
Yep.
Well, yeah, there's
That's
that
true.
too.
They're trying to. They're pretending to themselves as well. I
Yeah,
don't-
well, a lot of Christians will tell you that everybody else is pretending to be Christian. There is,
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
when your behavior would have the Christ just punch you in the face. You know,
But you're
most
the-
people
then-
who say they are Christians,
But-
the Jesus Christ would fucking hate them.
But
the guy
he
was a
wasn't.
fucking
He wasn't a
anarchist.
Christian. He wasn't a Christian. He was a Jew.
Yeah.
And he
Yes,
was an anarchist
true.
too.
Well, there's a lot of people that do forget that, like, Jesus Christ is Jewish. They'll think, no, he's a wasp, isn't he?
It's
He's
like
American."
it's a bit like
Jesus,
Marx.
Jesus is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
Well, maybe,
Well,
but
we
that's not
don't
really
know,
a
but-
point. Marx, he wasn't a Marxist. Why would he
No.
be?
Yeah.
why
I mean,
would
he was still a cunt, but
Yeah,
was a
but
statist.
he wasn't a
Facebook jail.
Marxist. So
Not allowed to
whatever
use
you
those
want, whatever you want to call him, you can't call him a Marxist because he wasn't.
Agreed.
What
Yeah,
What do you guys think about Tiger Woods?
He was a dirty commie.
He's definitely not a Marxist. I think.
isn't
You
he a
mean-
fucking misogynist shit who beat up some women?
I do. I was actually waiting for Leno to say something bad about Tiger. It was coming.
Well, I mean, he's not a good person, isn't he?
He
He's one of those
He-
black guys that can't be without a white girl for like 10 seconds.
Really?
He was married to a Swedish woman.
Oh,
yeah, very.
Yeah.
is she
attractive.
the one he
Yeah.
beat up? Because he cheated on one of his wives with like 15 other women or something like
that's
that.
what he did, yes. And then they divorced, I think. I don't know if he beat her up, but he beat someone up, right?
I don't remember.
But he
I
cheated
mean,
on her.
Yeah, I
He
remember,
was in
like,
a
it's
car
a,
accident this last week. He got his.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
his
don't
legs
give
all
a
fucked
shit
up.
actually, but
Well,
But-
it was a nice car.
Yeah. Yeah.
well done, Tom.
It should have been in a tank, probably.
He
Wasn't
can
he
afford
just
Humvees.
trying to like make a comeback too.
I think so. Yeah, Tiger. Yeah,
What?
Tiger
Oh.
was. Yeah, I think so.
I don't even remember what sport he was in.
Golf.
Golf.
A good walk spoiled.
Really?
Like mini
Oh
golf.
my god,
Yeah.
you Americans are so weird with that sport.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Sport.
I actually did
wait.
play it.
It's the sport
Yeah.
of rich white people in which they were
Yes,
able to legally
definitely
exclude
put
Jews
air
and blacks
quotes around
for
that.
centuries.
I've
Why wouldn't
played
we love it?
mini golf when I was a kid. It was fun, but I
Mini
don't
golf
think
is
it's the
fun.
same.
I think a
Oh,
mini
mini
golf
golf
tournament
is
would be
fun,
awesome to watch.
though.
Also,
Golf?
American golf isn't golf. Golf is Scottish. Keep your wasp hands off of it.
That's
I
very.
didn't know
Scottish golf. I've when I was in Scotland, I saw several golf courses way out in the sticks, and they're not this manicured stuff. They're just people can just go on there and whack it.
Are you going to go way out in the middle of a fucking heather and fucking whack a bull?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you walk and you hit it
That
again,
sounded
you
more
walk and you hit it
Irish than
again.
Scottish, but
I lived in Edinburgh for a little while, and there were a lot of. It's really noticeable the difference between the Scots relationship with golf and the English relationship with golf, because Scots golf is, as you say, Tom, a lot less. There's not the class sort of basis around it, whereas in England, it's very much a class thing. It really is.
Everything is a class thing in England.
Oh, yeah, but it's much.
Oh, by the time golf got
it-
down to England, the lords owned all the grassy places.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it really is. It's feudalistic almost, and it's in its. And I had the unpleasant experience, rather more years ago than I want to remember, working in a golf hotel, and it was oh god. It was owned by a bunch of people who could trace their lineage back to the Norman invasion anyway. And they were so far right, it was just horrible. So I used to cheer myself up by singing
What is it with
the
those people who
International
are
and the Red
proud
Flag.
to be Vikings or something.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I used
they
to
don't have
stand-
anything to be proud of in their own lives because they're
Yeah.
right-wing assholes.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
stand behind the bar and sing the International when I was feeling particularly
I
aggrieved.
mean, at least Vikings were, brushing their hair, but they were still fucking rapists, mass murderer, psychos.
You're talking.
Are we
about
talking
my
about the?
people.
Are
I
we
don't
talking about
care
the
to-
Minnesota Vikings?
For them too. Yeah.
They're keeping up the tradition.
Marty David has had a very bad influence on you.
Yeah, my people actually were very strongly influenced by the incoming Viking folks. In fact, one of my very distant ancestors was half Viking, and he's actually the
Which half? The top or the bottom?
I think we were the sheep part, whichever that is.
That's the bad part.
Oh Jesus! All right.
I married
Marty,
Vikings.
I'm disappointed.
Why?
Put him in timeout. Put her in timeout. I'm so used to talking about David in timeout. Well, I'll put him there.
I think it didn't happen last week. I was sort of I thought about it. That what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
No, you didn't get a timeout last week.
I
no.
made too much sense. That's the problem.
February 28th, this day in history, Angela Davis began her trial for murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy in San Jose, California.
Wow.
Is it the same?
Way to kill the mood, thanks.
Angela Davis is that?
But she was eventually found innocent
Is
of all
that the same
charges.
Angela?
Hey, Honor. If you
Hey,
want
Honor.
to come on stream, there's a link at the top of the chat to join.
Yeah, the join link is further up in the chat. Is that the same Angela Y. Davis that wrote Women Relations in Class and Prisons Are Obsolete?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
She is
John,
a leftist activist.
John,
Yes, and she's
John, during sex, do you randomly do these kind of facts?
Yes.
Hey,
I can give you.
this day
I
in
can.
history.
Oh yeah, you
Yes.
like that?
He doesn't like
Wallace
baseball.
have double
He doesn't
vaginas.
know-
Oh
He doesn't know
yeah.
anything about baseball.
I can give you another one. Not so upbeat, or well, I don't know if that one was upbeat, but
Not really, no.
35 years ago, the Swedish Prime Minister was assassinated.
Let's give the power.
Oh.
Who is that?
Olaf.
Olof Palme.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
And they haven't found the killer.
That's
or-
what I was
Why?
going to ask, Isaiah. Why?
Why?
Because
Well,
someone didn't like him, I guess.
A lot of people didn't like him because he, apart from anything, well, there were a lot
Was
of
he
theories.
one of the neo-Nazis?
No. He was a
No.
social democrat, and one
Oh.
of the things that he did just about a year before he was assassinated, which was some speculation about where the killer came from, was he supported the ANC against the apartheid regime
Oh.
in South Africa openly while he was prime minister of Sweden.
Oh, so Nazis probably killed him.
It's not that far-fetched to think something like that happened, but the Swedish police did a bang-up job of screwing it up.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
It's just hilariously badly.
I mean, they're police. What do you expect?
When I go to Sweden, should I go to Stockholm or Gothenburg?
No.
Oh,
just no. Just
I'm
don't
pretty sure
come.
it's Gothenburg, but yeah.
Well, yeah,
That
go to
means
Gothenburg,
neither.
but that's. I mean, there's about a third of the population lives there. But that's not Sweden. That's like the Gothenburg wants to be London, and Stockholm wants to be New York. So if you go to London or New York, you know what to get. Go somewhere else. Virtually
Oh, okay.
anywhere else.
My
Don't
parents.
go in Norway though.
My parents.
Yeah, you
went
can
on
go
a-
to Norway. Just don't talk to anyone.
And if you talk to them, don't understand them, which should not be a problem.
Thank you, Nick.
Oh, by the way, Mehmet just said he's okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he said it in
he's,
the message chat.
he's going to
Oh,
bed,
okay.
I think.
All right.
My parents went on a holiday to Sweden and went to and sailed into Gothenburg and stayed at a hotel that was full of foreign gentlemen and ladies of negotiable virtue, to put it kindly.
Well, I
Uh-huh.
think
So,
Gothenburg is a more genuine city than Stockholm, but it doesn't really have any. It still tries to be London, as I said, while Stockholm tries to be
Why
New
would
York
any-
or Los Angeles.
Why would any place want to be friggin' London?
Well,
To
it's-
help the Russians with money laundering?
Oh yes,
launder
that's
money?
true. Yes, true. Fair point. Fair point. I love the cultural stuff in London, but to be quite honest, the whole place could be turned into a smoking crater, and I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep.
Tim says the
excuse
Swedish
me?
hate for Norway. They invented black metal. What do we expect?
That's a good point.
It's like I don't know. It's probably analogous to the U.S. and Canada or something like that.
I don't
it's
know. You
not
don't
really
hate Finland, right?
Now we don't hate.
Well,
I
you can't
don't
hate something that isn't
Norway
real.
either.
Finland doesn't exist.
I mean, Finland used to be Sweden, so that's one of the differences. There are a lot of Swedish-speaking people in Finland.
Hello, groundhog.
Yeah, they make up about 12% of the population, I think. In
But
Finland.
Norway, we
There
used
are still
we've-
indigenous people in Finland too, no?
yeah, and
Yes,
both
yeah.
all
I
of
had
the
a
three
classmate-
countries and
I had a
Russia.
classmate from Norway one time.
Yeah,
She was
there's
a girl.
still indigenous people all over the place up there.
Yeah, the north is really it's not a border. I mean, the indigenous people have happened to be on different sides of the borders of these three countries, but it's really a cultural area in the north of Norway, Sweden, and Finland, and even Russia. That's the indigenous country, so to speak. What's left of it being pressured by the different national governments and so forth.
There was a show in France about indigenous people in the what's his name of that fucking country next to Russia, the Gulag
Estonia?
country.
Latvia?
No, the Gulag
Spain?
country, the
Yeah,
super cold.
Siberia.
Yes,
Siberia.
thank you. They're nomads because it's so cold that they can't stay in place.
Well,
They
no,
have to move
I'm
around
betting
to
they're
keep warm,
nomads
like
because it's so
snapping their
cold
feet.
that nothing grows very fast. And if you stayed in one place, you would eat everything that there was to eat and then starve to death.
There's no
No.
vegetables, so they eat their cattle. Anyways,
And the cattle eat what little plant life there is. So
yeah. This,
nomadic peoples are usually nomadic because staying in one place isn't.
How do
the
you
way to stay
call
alive.
those?
Are you
Moose?
guys aware?
Elk.
Are you guys aware of
Reindeer.
the vegan teacher?
The what teacher?
The vegan teacher?
Yes,
There's
it's
only
a
one?
piece of shit.
I think we should send her to Siberia.
Yes, the vegan teacher is a
Oh.
piece of shit.
Okay,
I-
no gulags, guys. That's tanky.
It's I think she's the
She
one
didn't say Gulag. She did Siberia.
I think
That's where the
she's the one
gulags
my
were.
daughter was talking about. Came in the other night saying she's been taken off TikTok. She's been cancelled from TikTok.
Yes, she's an awful person.
Okay, so one of
She's
those terrible
been
beings.
shitting on indigenous people from the north because they are not vegetarian. Mostly Inuit for
Yeah, and
the
that's
seals.
kind of what I was getting at. I was, put her in some place where she has to eat meat or die.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, she might not notice there ain't a great deal of plant life at -30 when it's -30 for 9 months of the bloody year.
Well, I think people like that, what they really, really need is to actually live with indigenous people for a while.
Yeah.
And
That's
see
not really
what
nice to
our
indigenous
relationship.
people.
Actually, it is, because we know how to handle people like that. They come to us all the time. You have no
Yeah, that's true.
idea how many people in the 50s, 60s, 70s showed up all vegetarian with their hippy dippy smelling of patchouli, wanting to learn from real indigenous people and blah blah blah. So you have to like actually have some
She's
patience,
not
but
that kind.
time.
She's a heinous.
The thing that you want to
One.
do is show people how you live sustainably with other life forms, and that you can actually love the thing you eat. In fact, that's the best way to
keep
go
it family
about
friendly,
life.
Joey.
That is the best way to go about life.
Do not
Because
put
the
food
fact-
in your vagina.
That was last week, wasn't it?
Yes, that was last week.
Yes.
The fact that people talk about speciesism when they're vegans cracks me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, how can you talk about speciesism when you're literally exploiting like all kinds of vegetation? How are they not lives?
Yeah.
Well,
okay, Pizza
that
Hut goes
idea-
to the fucking Siberia.
That idea, Joey, even appeared in the 2018 God of War, where when he hunted and killed, he got the boy to hunt and kill.
The video game, yeah.
Yeah. He got him to thank the animal for providing its, meat for them.
Well, so that's why the
I know that's a simplistic version, Joey.
True.
I really do, but
I mean, like if you were raised the way that I was raised, you take the time to track your prey. You make sure that if it is a female, it's an elderly female that's not having youth anymore. You go after a young male that's probably not going to make it to get to be the big buck. Like, you go after the ones that are probably not going to be lasting very long anyway.
Okay, now you're just sounding straight up fascist.
You don't kill.
I was going to say, I came back here. I had to do a bathroom call, and I'm coming in. You track the elderly female, and you don't. No,
we're talking. You're talking about hunting.
Talking about how indigenous people hunt.
Why do you explain? He knows.
Now
you should get guns. It's easier.
Yeah, no, and we can do that in the U.S. And other countries, I'm sure.
Most indigenous people I know use guns at this point.
Yeah,
it's easier.
Yeah, of course.
30-30.
You shouldn't.
I got a 30-30.
It contaminates the meat.
You
could use vegan bullets.
Use ice bullets, and then the bullets melt, and nobody knows what happened.
Oh, yes, the ice bullets.
So I just saw a bit of happy news. An MMA fighter who was covered in Nazi and far-right tattoos was soundly beaten in the first round of a fight in Russia earlier this week.
In 3 minutes.
Fight fans were shocked to see the many tattoos adorned. This is from Indie100.com.
That's what I want to hear for my birthday.
Fight fans were shocked to see the
Nazis getting beat up.
many tattoos adorning the body of Mikhail Tokhanov from St. Petersburg. The 33-year-old has multiple swastikas on his chest as well as his right shoulder. And on the front of his left shoulder, he has the shape of the CPAC stage. The Odal rune, a Norse symbol that was adopted by the Nazi Party to represent Aryan heritage. Tokhanov was fighting in the AMC
They shouldn't
fight
be
nights.
allowed to use runes anymore.
I agree, yeah.
He was fighting blah, blah, blah against Alibeg Rasulov in a welterweight contest. Viewers of the card were shocked and disturbed to see an individual sporting so much blatant far-right iconography on his body, and asked how he was booked on the show at all. And then he got the shit kicked out of him in just a few minutes.
Well, that was
Good.
So that's why they booked him.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm gonna say
That's
a
why I
word.
would have booked him. I mean, if I knew I had a fighter that would make mincemeat out of him, I'd say, yeah, sure, you can come on. I like the tattoos, man. See what
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
need a
say
feel-
a
you
word
need a feel-good
just for
story.
Joey Noas. You understand?
No ass.
Oh, wasn't that the noise?
Yes. We had a discussion because I can't read that word other than with the French pronunciation, and everyone I read the word noise. I think it's noise, and it's very funny.
And that
Anyways.
means something? Or
Yeah, you had to be there. I
No,
think.
it just means something to Joey because
It means no ice.
it was fun. Anyways,
And now you're explaining it, so it's even
Well, we shouldn't
funnier.
have.
it wasn't a joke actually. It was just something. Anyways,
Inside joke.
No,
that
so-
was
Yeah,
for
really
Joey. It
funny.
wasn't for you. Okay.
So that's
He
why you shared it
understood.
with all of you. Yeah.
That's why you have to listen to the show for multiple episodes. You have to learn all the inside jokes.
Exactly. This is number 34. So you've
Yeah.
got
34.
some backlog to get
I mean,
through.
everybody knows what stroke me means. So
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking because I don't want to bring that up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, should we thank our patrons quickly?
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Let me bring it up.
can't we just go thank me very much?
We can just go through it quickly, especially since all of us are here. Most of us are here, and they'll
All right. First up, we have Yemi Ye
Thank you, Jamie.
and the birthday girl
Yay!
and Marty
Thank you, Marty.
and Amy
Thank you myself.
and thank you, Ellie.
and Yo
Thank
you,
you, Yo.
and Mylin.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Edit.
A couple of fuckboys
Thank you, fuck
Thank
boys.
you, fuck boys.
and Tim
Thank you, Tim.
and Von Rack.
Thank you,
Thank
Von
you,
Rock.
Von Rack, who's not here.
That's
weird.
okay.
I judge him. All
I
right.
think he's still gay though.
Probably.
Yeah, you thought I was not gay, but
He's probably off being awfully gay. That's why he's not
yeah,
here.
with his gay husband.
Well, with any luck, that would be. One can hope.
So, what else has everyone been up to? Anyone following the news or in watching any news shows?
I finished Star Trek Discovery.
And you enjoy it quite a lot. As
Yeah,
now you're
that season was so good. That show
watching-
is so fucking
I'm watching
good.
I'm watching the X-Files.
No, it's like they have good episodes, and but like at some point I watched them all the way to the end actually, and but like it really lost a lot in the later seasons. I
Yeah,
didn't even watch the
they
finales.
lost me with the conspiracy shit.
Yeah, that's what
Even
Chris
then,
Connor-
I wasn't into that.
Yeah, those overarching plot points were not that
I
interesting.
liked the first 2 seasons, and after that,
If the individual episodes, some of them are quite good, and they're Monster Week formula, but like no, the later I think it like lost a lot of it when David Duchovny was no longer a recurring cast member, or well before that, honestly, I think. But yeah,
What's that? X-Files or something else?
the X-Files, yes.
It lost its
Has
way
been,
about season 5 when it started focusing. It went really deep into the conspiracy theory territory.
Yeah, exactly. I still
Did they talk about masks at all or COVID?
Aren't they redoing X-Files? Or making
They did.
oh my god!
Of course they did. Nothing is new nowadays. I mean, it's all sequels, prequels, whatever.
Stop being a nerd for 5 minutes, Isaiah.
I did see that.
I got
That is
this.
cool.
I got this like a couple Christmases ago. It's
Oh wow.
it's the 1997 Sojourner Rover.
Oh wow.
Ah,
Oh.
cool.
So yeah.
Holy fucking nerds on that
It was-
channel. Oh my
It came
god.
out.
That
it
must
came out
be
back in-
worth a fortune if they got it back.
Whoa.
And put it in a
Oh.
plastic thing.
Wow.
Broke it down
You
too.
Haven't even
encourage
you haven't
it.
even opened the box yet. I
It's
mean,
It's in-
remote controlled. So
That's
It's mint
hermetically
condition.
sealed.
it would
so-
be, yes.
kind of
It's,
the-
that's the way to drive things on Mars.
Isaiah, don't engage with David.
I need to catch up on all the Arrowverse like shows because like I heard most of them are pretty good, and I think that
What?
they're
The what?
the Arrowverse, like the CW, like the
Oh, yeah.
CW.
It's good if you like cheese.
Well, yes,
It's cheesy, but
of course.
You
I like a good
failed
cheesy like
The
kind of show.
Arrowverse. Are you talking about the Green Arrow?
Doesn't
The Green
say
Arrow,
that.
yes. On CW.
Yes, Arrow is
Yeah,
is a little
that-
fashy.
They're all a
It's
little
a-
fashy.
The thing I think the ones that
No,
upset
Flash
me the
is
most
not
is when they
fashy.
do-
Excuse you.
He has
they
fash
do
in
a
his name.
5-part story
Fash.
and they spread it out over 5 different shows. That is annoying because you have to watch 5 different shows to get the whole plot
Yeah.
of one freaking...
Legends are good. It's my favorite of the.
Yeah, I like those.
They fight a demon by joining together and becoming a giant teddy bear.
Okay, that won me over. I have to watch this now for just that because that's comic book there.
What's
isn't
going
it,
on?
What's his name? Weebo? Isn't that the name of the Weebo?
Something like that.
That show
That
is
sounds
so
like a kid's
silly.
toy.
It is a kid's toy.
It is. It's a talking teddy bear kid's toy that.
I think that was the point.
How can you watch that? What service is that on?
Netflix.
I think it's on CW.
Internet? No, it's on Netflix.
CW Online.
Is it on?
with all the services, do people
some of
still
them
use
Netflix?
satellite television anymore?
It's on
Yes.
Netflix and
Oh, yeah, I
Arrow.
saw
I don't.
about that.
I am not
I was-
sure, but Flash is on Netflix. The This is Legends of Tomorrow is on Netflix. Supergirl is on Netflix.
Is Arrow Green Arrow?
Yeah.
Green
yeah.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Green. I used to love Green.
The show. The
comic
show is
books.
called Arrow. Just.
I you've been saying that, so I figured that was probably it. But
They are cheesy as fuck though, but
Yeah, yeah.
so
Well,
was DC.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
I love-
Black.
I love
There's
them.
Black Lightning now, and that's not cheesy. That show is very good. And it's going to join the Arrowverse.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Okay, so
I couldn't get into Black Lightning. I promise you I tried, but I just couldn't.
Oh, I liked it.
Oh no, I just thank you.
You get the special edition. Of...
Ron Hogg is asking if it's on VCR.
maybe beta. I don't know.
It's probably on video CD.
Oh God.
Laser disc.
Laserdisc, yes.
Yeah.
yes. I think it's
Well-
easier to get something on VCR than on Laserdisc. these
Well, when it
days.
comes out on
Sure.
8-track, I'll buy it because that's the tech I have.
I don't listen to
Super
anything. I don't listen to anything unless it's on vinyl. Possibly, I don't know what the English name would be for it, but the acetates, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
Oh,
yeah.
those,
the rolls.
Yeah, that's to get the feeling of the music like it would be heard if you listen to it through I don't know.
Shut up, David.
No,
tin
no.
can.
I stopped following every kind of comic book and other stuff like that about, I mean, at least 10 years ago, maybe 15. But this reminds me of when I was trying to sort of parse together stories from Marvel Universe back in the early 90s, which was like, I don't know, that was probably one of the when it was the worst for trying to. I mean, they spread it out on I don't know 10 different magazines or something like that, and then to get you to buy all of them, they sort of crossbred the stories, and all of the artists were crap, so you couldn't recognize the different characters from one of those magazines to the next. And you're trying to sort of and I mean, this is 30 years ago. My English was even worse back then. So I was trying to parse this together, and I thought, what the fuck is going on? And then I gave up. Then I came back with simple stories in the movies, and I thought, finally I get this. And then they started to branch out like they did in the 90s, and now it's fucking up. You can't understand anything anymore.
That's because
The
it's a whole
X-Men comics
universe.
were stupid.
Every Marvel comic back then was stupid.
So complicated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They it's supposed to be a whole universe. Like you're supposed to get to know all the different characters.
Yeah, but the thing is, they used to have great artists back in the 80s and 70s, but during the 90s, if you look at that art now, it's like
the Dark Ages.
What the fuck is going on here?
It's too good, but
I saw a documentary on that. I saw a documentary where they were talking about during that time, and what it all boiled down to was money. They wanted to make more merchandise. They wanted to make, and it just decimated the
the Disney-fied
genre.
Also, what's his name? Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld is a terrible artist too. Then he made a lot of
they Disneyfied in a way that made their characters look less recognizable, which is not a Disneyfied.
No, but I am talking about the merchandise.
Yeah. They just forgot that Disney usually have quite good art.
Capitalism ruins everything.
Yes, capitalism does.
There is a YouTuber called In Praise of Shadows, who has done a couple of long format video essays on the golden age of horror comics, and it's it talks about the artists as well as the stories. He's a really good presenter. I mean, these video essays are an hour and a half each.
Feature length. I'm seeing it now. I'm gonna place the link to the first golden age of horror comics, part 1, into the live chat from In Praise of Shadows.
I don't like horror stuff. It's scary. Look,
why am I seeing like a vampire Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh God, that's scary in and of itself. A vampire Andrew Dice Clay.
I don't understand.
He's
a vampire. A vampire what?
Andrew Dice Clay.
I don't know who that is.
That would suck hard.
You don't want to know.
He's a douche.
Okay.
He's a total douche.
Yeah, that's what. What I know about him, he's a total douche. I think.
Yes, but a douche in what genre?
He's supposed to be a comedian. If I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Just take a look.
Put
when they come up on the stream,
word.
you'll be able to see pictures of Andrew Dice Clay, and he is the living embodiment of douche.
I hope it's
just
not
by
a
looking
douche.
at him, you can tell.
Yeah, he actually looks like a douche.
No, but I trust John to post an actual picture of a douche.
No. Well, this is Andrew Dice Clay.
That is an actual picture of a douche.
He's like the jock version of Ben Shapiro, and that he draws up every vagina he goes near.
Oh, I know that guy's face. Okay.
Yeah. The leather jacket is sort of trademark for him.
Hickory Dickory Dock.
When you say
I really hate that, because
a douche comic isn't. I mean, apart from Tim Minchin, I don't know a whole lot who are not douches.
Ooh, well, we know about like a lot of the transmissionist ones nowadays, but like the Dubrow kind of like comedians, I don't know that many of them. Doug Stanhope, I like, but like
Yes,
the real
exactly.
shame is that leather jacket is the sort of iconic Brando jacket, and it is a classic.
Yeah, he's
and
no
it's-
Brando.
And it's been, no, he isn't, and it's been kind of spoilt by that piece of excrement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I grew up with leather jackets, and leather jackets used to beat me up. So I have other
It's
feelings
probably
about
not vegan anyway. So
The only thing that can stop
yeah.
a bad guy with a leather jacket is a good guy with a leather jacket, Tom.
Oh, who will be other than Marlon Brando? But who also would be a good guy with a leather jacket? That did like
James Dean.
Well, my son has one.
Fonzie.
Oh,
The Fonz.
Ozzy, yes. Oh, Fonz.
Yep.
Well, his jacket wasn't actually leather.
I'm pretty
though.
sure Ozzy isn't a good guy, but
Well, Henry Winkler's awesome.
It's just like I think it's like Henry Winkler's actually quite cool. I was thinking of the lead singer of like Judas Priest, but I forgot his name for the moment.
Rob Halford.
Rob Liefeld? No, Rob Halford. Okay.
Halford, who had a very interesting journey, I suppose. After doing all the leather stuff for Judas Priest for donkey's years and donkey's years, he finally came out about 3 or 4 years back as gay.
Oh,
And
it was so much earlier than that.
Oh,
yeah,
was
it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm old.
No, the singer for Judas Priest has been out for a long time, which is
Yes.
amazing because you see a bunch of homophobes that went into full-blown fetal position.
But it's I mean all of that. If you you don't know, you don't have to know Tom of Finland to know that that's sort of gay iconography, what he was doing on stage in the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of cis dudes that are not aware of the homoerotism of their macho shit, like Zack Snyder. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because they are stupid.
I don't know if they're because they are fascist.
Yeah, they are stupid if they don't understand that, because that's a sign of stupidity. It's like the woman I talked about earlier who thought she'd interviewed Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that back up, but because I have a problem, like when people will say, like Ted Cruz, for example, they'll say, "Oh, he's so damn stupid," and I'm like, is he really stupid, or
I don't think he's stupid. He's mean.
No, he's not stupid.
Does he know his audience?
No, he's not stupid. He's one of those ones who exploit the stupid ones.
I think
you need to get
like
you need to
Stupid
see the
or
difference.
evil, the Republican dichotomy.
I think it's really easy to dismiss people like, the Trump supporters. It's easy to just go, oh, they're just stupid. And that's not necessarily the case, is it? It's badly educated. Fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Not necessarily stupid, though.
Yeah,
Ignorant. They're ignorant. And
I agree with Joey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna play the stupid immigrant card. No, not immigrant, but the stupid foreigner card.
I can
and
do
say
that
the difference between stupidity and ignorance is a valid one.
Mm.
But you're stupid if you don't try to
decrease your ignorance.
Yeah, exactly. That was
they're easily fooled, and all you've got to
people are
do
easily
is
fooled.
all you got to do is start out people with a bunch of religion, which most of these people, that's how they started out life with, is usually fundamentalist, sort of Christian households. And then once Christianity's in there, you can pretty much just move along the whole conspiracy theory route and tell them whatever you want to tell them. And all you've got to do is hook it up with the Bible somehow. Hook it up with the Bible somehow.
Look at your face on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I got the stupid foreigner treatment. I like it.
Marty, you were about to say? Marty, you have a point?
I did. I haven't yet.
But I think Marty, you were well. The thing is,
No.
like,
seriously, what I was getting at was it even goes to people like I'm going to say a bad word here, but Peter and
Angie.
Oh
yes, my God!
I think
so many
know...
people who say Angie Speaks is stupid. She's not stupid. She knows exactly what she's saying. She is evil.
She's scripting.
Yeah, well, and that's I just wonder if I'm so cynical now that I sit there and go, oh, that person's not stupid. They're grifting.
No, she's not stupid. She is very educated. She knows exactly what she's saying, and what she's saying is, I'm a transphobe and an ableist, and
I'm okay. I drink all night and I work all day.
Yeah.
No.
and I don't want anyone to let me be that. She's whining about identity politics for a while now. She is not stupid. She knows what she's saying.
But I think, and maybe I'm just too cynical, but I think it's because they're trying to get followers. They're trying to get
why not?
They're trying to
why not both? I mean,
yeah, I agree. Groundhog also fuck the like Angie Speaks for Acephobia as well.
Yeah, she's checking all the.
Well, they always say scratch a turf, find a bigot. I mean,
yeah, someone like someone who's like against furries, saying that furries should not be allowed to like own pets. Exterminate.
Nope, too late. It's over.
Yep, too late.
You missed the window.
Well,
oh my God!
So I've
it's
been
that Silicon Valley era internet, that good one.
When I was young and I was still traveling internationally, I ended up in a lot of rooms with some weird ass people at different times or another, usually wanting to meet a quote unquote real Indian sort of thing. And
when you said when I was young, Joey, you put All by Myself in my head.
Obama's elf.
Anyways, I've met people who have literally been tenured Oxford professors that are bigoted as fuck.
Yeah.
They say the most racist shit. It doesn't have anything to do with education.
Richard Dawkins.
It doesn't have anything to do with intelligence.
Oh my God, Dawkins.
Sam Harris.
Yep. I mean, you can go down
that
the list.
being said, Ben Shapiro is stupid.
But I mean, if you
thank God for his moronry, because he saved 2020 with his wife's vagina.
You were about to say, Marty?
Well, you look at people like those people. I mean, minus Ben Shapiro, I think, but and like literally, you were talking about pose earlier. There's no way that you can tell. I mean, back in the day, oh God, I forget Ann Coulter. People used to say,
"Oh God,
well,
that woman."
Yeah, people used to say, "Oh, but she goes to gay bars. She's really queer friendly," and and you know what? She might be. It doesn't matter. But it's hard to know if these people are just identifying an audience that they can get a paycheck out of. Because she's written hundreds of books that basically they aren't even worth the paper they're written on. But she's made a career out of nothing, essentially, out of shit. But it's worked for her. And until these kind of things stop working, I almost think it's like in an economy that it raises people up. Dave Rubin is a perfect example. He was a mediocre leftist comedian, and he saw he wasn't going anywhere.
Leftist, liberal.
Mhm.
You mean?
Well,
The Young Turks. So, but yeah,
Oh, really?
but
yeah, he was on the Young Turks. Yeah. He left because he wanted more money, and the Young Turks were not willing to pay it.
He
And
wanted
so-
$100,000 for what, a 1 hour show on the weekend.
Yes, exactly. $100,000 a year for a 1 hour show, weekly show on the Young Turks.
He should have joined the union.
But well, the thing is, though, guess what? He has
Chicken
a
butt.
$4.3 million house in LA now because of his grift.
Yeah,
Yep.
because he learned that the Koch brothers pay better.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm not sure he can look at himself in a
everything
mirror
that,
anymore.
like-
But you know,
Everything that the
But these-
right accuses the left of, they're doing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Pure projection.
I'm
Yeah,
still
well-
waiting on all my Soros checks. Okay.
I was
There
gonna
must be a
say,
pilot that's
if
supposed to-
yeah,
being
we
on-
all waiting for our Soros checks.
If being on the left was lucrative, where's my mansion? Where's my mansion?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If being
I
on the
mean,
left
I-
were lucrative, then leftists wouldn't do it.
I mean, like, if if that
That's
you could be a
probably true. Yes.
Yeah, true.
I'd
Exactly.
be fighting against the left too.
Yes, I would too. Honestly, I mean, like, I didn't know professional anarchism was a thing. If that is the case, then
I am the king of anarchy.
Static.
Exterminate!
Too late.
Exterminate!
Too late.
Ah, damn it!
I don't like the Young Turks, so
At least professional anarchism gets you good internet. That's one thing.
I don't think you can even do. Isn't like professional anarchism? Isn't that kind of like an oxymoron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was professional, we'd be rich. So
There have been a couple of professional revolutionaries during the.
If it were
history of the world,
hierarchical
but
anarchism, that would be
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
you
wait.
can't have that.
or institutional.
Technically, wouldn't Noam Chomsky be considered one?
Well, no, because his
No.
profession
he's
is.
a liberal now. Come on, stop it.
Well, but isn't his profession actually teaching people? So
Yeah, he analyzes languages. That's his actual
He's a
profession.
linguist.
He's a linguist. He's not a professional anarchist.
David Graeber was a professional anarchist.
But he was an anthropologist too, which is
Yes.
more of an anarchist field, I guess.
It's like anthropologist, anarchist. It starts the
I
same.
can see
so,
that if
man.
you're
I-
going into
No,
anthropology,
I mean
where
he
you would
was
end up
paid
being
to
an
talk
anarchist.
about Occupy and anarchist shit for years before he died. So
Mm.
What do you
But
consider
the question is what
professional,
he,
though?
yeah, the
Being
question is what he
paid
did
to
with
be-
with the money.
an anarchist.
Hmm.
If you are paid to be something, you are a professional something.
Because that's what I was kind of getting to the point. I don't think that Noam Chomsky does a lot of what he does for free.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but he doesn't really talk about anarchism anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, he's
I-
also the fucking Methuselah of the philosophy world. So
I'm getting old, and you guys are starting to talk about the market value of anarchism. And
The market
that
value
is-
of old people.
and that is way above my pay grade. So I'm going to take off and
How's your
hey,
housing situation, by the way, Tom?
fewer boxes,
back home.
more things on shelves. Yeah, I'm back in my apartment.
Yeah, I was thinking about your new landlord and so forth.
Oh, that. I met him once. He seems like an okay guy.
Fuck landlords, kid.
Well, yeah, fuck him,
Please.
but he seems like as landlords go, he hasn't kicked me out or raised the rent or done
That's
anything
a low bar.
unpleasant.
He hasn't kicked me out.
Not
So
for
he's okay.
landlords. It's not.
No,
That's
a high
true.
bar.
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. Do your spiel.
I am okay. Well, the only thing I was going to also say was for Joey. This is from our
cool.
mutual friend Billy.
right on.
And I've been smelling it during this stream because
Is it
I
hay?
have it. Huh?
Is it hay?
It's sweetgrass.
Oh,
It's like
I don't know what
cheese.
that is.
It's a mystical Native American braid of grass that smells really good and is probably got lots of spiritual things that I should know about because I'm appropriating the culture.
No, if someone gave it to you, you're not appropriating anything.
No, I bought it.
Oh,
See,
I bought
I
it.
had sweet grass. in high
capitalism.
school,
Next, you're
but-
gonna get a dream catcher tattoo.
But he
Oh.
did buy it from an indigenous person who is also pretty up there.
An
as
entrepreneur.
far as indigenous plant knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Herpetologist, like. Or botanist.
I did my due diligence by listening to Joey. So
I was a
that was my-
herbologist once in high school.
Let Tom.
I'm
do you mean you were
I'm leaving.
selling weed?
Goodbye. Fuck off.
Bye,
Shit.
Tom.
Go away.
Bye, Tom.
Goodbye.
Bye, Tom.
Tom.
Fuck off, Tom.
Tom.
Marty, do you mean you were selling weed?
Pretty
I
much.
think that's what that meant.
Pretty
Yeah.
much,
That's how I took it anyway.
I was also a chemist as well.
Ah.
Oh,
So if you happen to get diagnosed with terminal cancer, you know of a way to make a lot of money quickly.
no,
I
but
don't
can
know
I
about-
have LSD, please? Sorry, did I say that out loud?
I was going to say that's what I was going towards because that's what I did, but
Yep.
Never done that.
Oh,
I
I
mean-
just saw Jimmy Dore is another former TYT grifter. Yes,
Screw
absolutely.
Jimmy Dore, yeah.
That
Who
guy
is
is such
Jimmy
a grifter.
Jimmy Dore
He
is
is
a liberal who thinks he's progressive, and
he's
He's
a
fucking
stand-up
crypto
comedian.
MAGA. He's
Like,
fucking
he's a-
crypto MAGA.
He's a
Yes.
he's a stand-up comedian. Like he doesn't
I don't know him. I'm seeing his face. I don't know who that is.
he doesn't know anything. He doesn't have a degree in politics. He doesn't have a degree
He's
in
a
journalism.
fucking comedian.
he recently
He's a
invited a
comedian.
Proud Boy on
tells
and bought into the
jokes.
Proud Boy's lies that the Proud Boys
Yeah,
are actually
he was the
leftist
guy.
anarchists.
He said,
Ew.
he
Yeah.
said that the left should be working with the alt right in order to overthrow whatever blah blah blah. Like
The
he
Dems,
wants
I
to
think.
work with fascists.
Yep.
Like he literally like.
Oh, okay. I see that you ripped into AOC.
yeah.
That's always working with fascists has always worked out so well in history.
Right.
Yep.
Night of the
They're
Long
such
Knives.
nice people. There's no history of them turning on you in the future at all.
Yeah, Jim Dore used to also hang out a lot with Joe Rogan, and that was enough for me to say I'm not interested in what Jim
Ew,
Dore
Joe
is. Yeah,
Rogan.
exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Joe Rogan.
Is it? Why?
No.
Everyone, because Dusty Smith, he calls them like Brogan or Bro.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That Dusty.
I
Smith
like
show.
Dusty.
Yeah, I
Yep.
like Dusty Snoop.
He came
Yeah,
around
that's-
well.
It's probably Rogan.
It's
He's embracing his French heritage.
You know what though? I
Do
get
you want
so
me to? Do you want me to butcher his name?
Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Oh my
Go the
God.
Oregon Trail.
For your birthday, Leto, we're all going to do our
We're
own
gonna all speak French.
of terrible French accents.
Really bad French. Really. Happy birthday.
No.
Like
It's-
cheese and all.
Stop it, John.
It's not bad French. It's better
For
French.
my birthday, give me money. There's my PayPal in the chat, the description box.
That's right.
Why
Elle
not
adore
both?
du fromage stinky.
Why not both? Okay, if you give me money, you can butcher my language. You are allowed.
Mhm.
That would almost be worth it.
That's that mercenary spirit.
Allow me to to share my screen, please, John. I have something cute. That's like kind of relevant to the discussion at hand.
You should be able to share your screen, no problem.
It's just a silly picture. No. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Really?
That's not very anarchist of you.
I'll just tag you on
It
it
just
so
says
you can
one person
share
can
it,
share
okay?
at a time. Somebody else might be sharing. Let's see. Ah, there we go. All participants.
Yes.
There we go.
This is what you call opening a can of worms.
Yeah, I have friends that are amazing.
That was awesome. Yes.
I didn't see it because it's on my blocked account, and I'm still pissed, so I don't go there.
See, my picture is over it on the YouTube, so that's appropriate. It's not really my picture; it's John's picture.
Yes, if you want, I can talk with a full French accent, but because I know it makes you laugh, but I'd rather not.
Isn't that just speaking French?
Okay, this is getting very close to bullying right now.
I don't love you anymore, Marty.
I'll try Swedish.
You just broke my heart.
We all just have to.
No. Let's do it as Belgium.
Remember the Swedish chef
Belgium
guy
speak
on the
French.
Quebecois then?
That's a record. I just disappointed someone that I'm not even dating.
You know what it's time for?
Fishy fashy?
Fishy fashy.
What?
We need some sort of intro music for that.
All right.
Let's see.
You want me to record a song? Fishy fashy, fishy fashy, fishy fashy, fishy fashy.
Maybe we can just use the Kevin MacLeod farty song. All right. So
this is. I mean, isn't this excluding vegans? They don't eat fish.
All right. So today we're going with people who are definitely not right wing. They are very, very liberal. But they've been pushed out of liberalism by liberals.
They're classically liberal?
I'm smelling shoe on head.
No, they could have done that, but I went with James Lindsay, David Silverman, and the true Robin Hood. AKA Sargon of God.
Oh, God. Okay, I know who the two last are. Who's James Lindsay?
James Lindsay was one of the guys who did the conceptual penis hoax.
With Peter Boghossian.
Oh, him again. Oh,
yes.
God.
Just be glad you don't know. Just be glad you don't know.
No, but I know.
He used to be a mathematician. Now he runs a right-wing propaganda outfit.
Wait, what is the name of the other motherfucker?
Peter Boghossian.
Yes, is the one I remember. Kinda.
All right. So first up, Lindsay says that the woke are bullies who beat you up and take your lunch money over and over again.
Yep.
David Silverman, meanwhile, is...
No, fuck that guy.
says that critical race theory is destroying our schools.
It's not even taught in the schools, but anyway.
And Carl Gunn, of the true Robin Hood, is attacking Pepsi for being too woke.
Well,
he's totally doing that.
So let's go ahead and go sort of counterclockwise so the birthday girl can go last.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Jonathan. Which one do you think is the fake?
I think
Lindsay
I'm
calling the
getting-
woke bullies. Silverman.
I know
saying,
I'm repeating myself, but Sargon is fake.
Oh, so you went first.
No, I'm talking about Sargon.
Oh, Sargon himself is fake.
Well, I'm going to
As
go
a
with.
human being, he is fake.
I'm going to go with Carl Gone is my pick at the fake tweet because, like, unless Pepsi did like advertisement recently, I don't know what what woke Pepsi advertisement he's talking about. Anyway,
All right. And Isaiah, which one do you think is the fake?
The probably Sargon one.
Okay. And David.
What is not true, Groundhog?
What?
Groundhog is asking, are we voting for what is not true or what is true?
yeah,
I'm
which
voting
one?
for which
Which
one
of
is
the
the fake?
tweets is?
John
tweet is-
has
How-
slightly altered one of the three, so you have to
Could
find
we
which one.
discuss the philosophical thing about something being true or not?
Okay.
Shut
you're
up
muted.
and
Marty,
one.
you go ahead and go while David finds
What
out how to
is
unmute himself.
I was going to say no. David has ever said anything true, so I'm going with David Silverman.
Nice.
All right. Marty.
Marty?
Marty is not here. Mithril.
Yeah. First one. Woke are bullies.
You think that one's the fake?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And Yoey.
I was gonna say number 2 too.
David Silverman. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Silverman.
Okay.
You're all a bunch of copycats, you know that, right?
For once in your life, we're agreeing with you, David. Shut up and appreciate it.
Last time I was part of this, you agreed with me, and we lost. So-
Yes, I know.
So, Myth is all on his own, saying that James Lindsay is the fake.
No, there's Groundhog in the chat. That's with
Yep.
Mithril.
Groundhog.
Okay, so Groundhog agrees with. Either way, James Lindsay. Trying to talk the woke out of doing a hostile takeover against everything they infiltrate is like try to reason, with a schoolyard bully who just wants to beat you up and take your lunch money over and over, and the teachers are on their side.
I'm really bad at this.
It's a difficult game, honestly.
He totally said that. So,
So that one is not the fake. James Lindsay is just a douche.
of course he is.
About the woke.
Yes.
James Lindsay is just an Andrew Dice Clay.
Cultural phenomenon. Like hell. Like hell.
And then we have Jonathan and Isaiah going up about Carlgon. Carlgon did not attack Pepsi for being woke. Instead, there is some sort of contest, dub the Dew, name a new Mountain Dew drink. And Carlgon retweeted it because he thought it was funny. Because, let's see, number 9 was Fabulous Apple, 8, Gushing Granny, 7, Gushing Grannies, 6, Granny's Squirt, 5, Gushing Granny, 4, Diabetes, 3, Fapple, 2, Gushing Granny, and number 1, Hitler did nothing wrong.
Oh god. Oh god.
So
It
that
is
one
a
is the
difficult
fake.
game, Groundhog.
Jonathan and Isaiah got that one correct.
Oh, God.
And Carlgon, in addition to going to massage parlors and doing lots of cocaine, apparently really likes granny squirt porn.
Okay.
Right.
Geek.
Whoa. Right. Oh.
I
Geek,
told
you
you.
are
I told
allowed.
you, Julie. I told you.
Geek, you are allowed to sing.
Born in the barn.
The fact that he immediately went robotic just makes it better.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do it.
We need a clip of him singing that while it was robotic.
At least now we know why Daft Punk are retiring.
Which means, of course, that David Silverman is a real tweet. Critical race theory is destroying our schools. Inequity doesn't imply racism. It implies some cultures don't value education as much as others. Ergo, inequity.
Can that fucking rapist shut his...
Rapist
fucking
and now racist, saying that the reason black people
yeah.
don't do well in schools is because they don't want to be educated.
Jordan
for
is
Christ's
happy
sake.
because they win too.
Fucking fuckity fuck.
Oh yeah.
So
Dave
congrats,
Silverman.
winners. Also, Jonathan, I just got an email. Thank you, babe.
Because I gotta run
You're
in a
welcome.
few minutes.
Let's
Okay.
skip.
What?
He's got to leave. soon.
Isaiah's got to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, Groundhog, I know it may have been 2015, but it takes Carl a very long time to catch up with things, you know?
He's
got
a very
backlog.
slow boy.
Yeah, he's got a backlog of stupidity to catch up to. So he's got...
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, like Blair White, like last year, tweet about something that was already been discussed in like 2015.
If there's anything you've learned from being on the internet since basically its inception, or being on the web at least, it's it produces way more stupidity than you can consume as it goes on. So you have a if you want to, if you're feeling inclined, you can find shit from 20 years ago that's still funny, but it's still stupid as fuck.
Groundhog already forgot what the other two were. Good for you, because, you know.
Oh, sorry about the cough.
So why didn't
problem.
you tell me, Groundhog? Huh? And because of my influence, everyone else got it wrong as well.
Not everyone. Jonathan and Isaiah.
Yeah, we
everyone
and I
counts.
weren't trying to copy you.
And Mithril was willing to go out on a limb and go after
Salmon
David Silverman.
eater.
Or no, go
Yeah,
after James Lindsay.
I only knew Carl, and he doesn't count for very much, so.
He ditched his count, didn't he? What Count Dankula, whatever.
Yes, he dropped his long-standing political affiliations with.
His long-standing for like 3 months or whatever it was.
Well, no.
Both of
it
them
goes
running on
back
the
a couple-
British
it goes
National
back a-
Party
Are
ticket.
you still following what those two wonkers do?
No.
Who
No,
cares?
I just remember it from back in the.
Yeah,
Oh.
they ran for the MEPs in members
Oh,
of
yes,
the
with
European Parliament together a few years ago with UKIP, with Farage.
UKIP, yes. Well, without Farage, because they were
Well,
too
yeah.
right-wing even for Farage.
Yes, they became too extreme even for that. Even for the nicotine-stained man frog.
Yeah, it reminds me of our future president candidate that thinks Marine Le Pen is too soft.
God.
That's going to be a wonderful election. I
Well,
need to find a new country, please.
We now have
Go to
the
Germany.
Europe-
I hear they're very liberal.
Yes. we now have the.
Ironically, you're
speak
probably true.
German.
That's probably true.
I mean, I could go to Germany with the European Union without any fuss, but I don't speak German. And
But ironically, as well, they speak quite excellent English. Most. of
yes,
them.
I know. Oh, who's joining? Oh.
It's Marty coming back in.
We have
Wait, no.
2 Martys.
No, we only have the one.
You have one that left.
And now on the
Oh, we can
desktop
hear you.
with the much
Very
better
good.
microphone.
Yeah, I went into my studio.
Oh, you sound hot.
So
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was gonna say, in Fishy Fashy, all those people are fake. So
Yeah.
They're not real human beings.
Oh, they're probably algorithms. All of them.
In French history, what are you talking about, Groundhog? Are you French?
No, Groundhog's from New Zealand.
The Ketchup Song is one of the best-selling singles in French history. The Ketchup Song.
Why French?
That's
They're not
Spanish,
French.
I think.
They're Spanish. That being said, it sells quite well in France because we like that kind of shit, apparently.
Yeah, France is like the worst country in Europe. Just
You know
no,
what I
it's
should've-
not, but it's not the
Not
best.
yet. Not yet.
I mean,
but that's only because
there's-
England left.
There's outright fascist countries in
yeah,
Europe,
I said.
so
I mean, even England is the worst one. You have Hungary and you have Poland.
Hungary and
you have,
Ukraine.
Slovakia is going that way as well. Some of the other.
I've always wanted to go to Slovakia. That sucks.
Yeah, you can go there. I don't think they'll throw you out
Yeah,
as long
try
as you
not
don't
to
want
be
to stay
too
there.
black. What the fuck, Marty? What
Marty,
the
you have
you
a
got
filter
your
on or something like that.
face? Oh my god, what is that? It's scary.
Enemy eyes.
Is that really? That's right in the uncanny valley. I hate it.
But no,
I
she's
like
kitty.
the kitty though.
Yeah, this is not a legal hearing, I should say.
Wow.
We can't hear you, Marty. You're fucking around with your filters and
Of course I am.
oh.
Yeah, but go to
What
hear her
is
because
this
she wants
one?
to talk.
You look like a Pokemon or something. A Teletubbies.
Oh, that's the,
I mean.
the baby filter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. That's fucking scary with your nose.
No, that's not scary. This is.
No. Oh my god, Marty. Well, you're one of the less shitty countries in the world, Groundhog, so.
Okay, I
Well,
like this one.
Maori people might disagree, but.
No, you're a princess. No, you're like Princess.
Princess something.
Princess Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Princess LSD.
Be creepy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's creepy.
You
Oh,
think so?
God.
You think so?
Stop it.
David Icke would have a field day with that.
Now this one doesn't give me any kind of dysphoria at all.
It
Is
doesn't
that
look
supposed to
like
be a
you
popular
at
cartoon
all,
character or
so-
something?
It's Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah, is it
I would
supposed
like a
to
home,
be
please.
French?
Room.
Why does he have a little
No,
crown?
that's this.
Matilda?
Can you
That's
stop
the French
trying
one?
to pronounce the R's?
That's Red Beret. That's the British paratroops.
Yeah.
Wait, your filter even does your makeup. That's nice.
Or you can be this guy.
No.
Ah! Ah!
It's Tom Selleck.
Nice, Groundhog.
How you doing? I'm gonna use this one on TikTok, I think.
No.
No, when we get I'm gonna take this off.
Please.
'Cause there's one called WTH. What is that?
What the hell?
No, there's nothing what the hell about this one. Or this one. I see.
This
Oh,
is
Jesus.
There's
the
some
Blue
really
Lives Matter filter.
Oh my god.
well. There are some cool ones like where you can be a donut. What's
The Blue
this?
Lives Matter filter. Yeah.
The heck is that?
That looks like something out of Power Rangers.
Yeah. like Gorgon or something like that,
or possibly a Pokemon.
How do you know that?
I mean, I when I was going to university, I considered doing a degree in
Pokemon?
becoming a civil engineer, working with programming, and I just think of the people who did that and then got to the task of making different filters for a Zoom call. They must just like think, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Hey,
I
some
mean,
of those...
if they're paid, I think they don't give a shit. But
yeah, but
I
that's
do that anyways.
Yeah, it's fun for you, but I think of the people who are making this shit.
Yeah.
Well, some people do it for the love of it and will make those filters for free or something like that. There are a lot of like fan-made
This
projects.
isn't
Good
at
for
all.
them, but I don't think most of them
What the
are.
hell is that? That's cool though. Whatever
Here's
it
an
is.
even creepier one. This one scared me, kind of.
Whoa!
Oh wow!
Welcome to the 80s.
I don't like that. It's scary.
Yes. Yeah, that's scary.
Stop
Kind of
ruining
scary.
my birthday.
I put
It's
one
not
of my
even fucking
photos-
2 days, so you know.
I put one of my selfie photos through that Face App thing and realized that Face App's biggest problem is they don't actually know how to age you if
No.
you're anyone except white.
Yep. No,
If you're
even the
white,
whites, they don't know how to age you.
like
even
they
if
don't
you're
know how
white.
to age you. They don't know how to change your gender either according to your actual ethnicity.
Oh god.
Well,
Because
that's the thing. That's whenever you're talking about these systems being racist. I mean, people will say TikTok is racist, and I do think it is. But on the same tip, I think that's because the people that program it are typically white men.
Yep.
And,
That's-
and put their own biases into their product.
Yep, that's why when like someone said like, "Listen, dude, to solve all society's ills," and this is a sci-fi
That's
fan.
why we ask for diversity.
Mhm.
Or just kill all white men. Sorry, babes.
No, yeah, that's it. Sometimes I'm not a white man. I'm white. Sometimes I'm not a man.
Kill all the white man. Sorry, baby.
Sometimes you're a Dalek or a robot. So...
In this call, yes.
I literally had somebody arguing. This was a cis woman arguing that men were persecuted, and by the way, Jonathan, I have a sound effect for you.
Okay.
I have a link to an awesome video that is Dalek relaxation. That's amazing.
Well, we used to have, this is how I sit there and think I am not a geek, but we actually had a Doctor Who night when I lived in Wisconsin. And I made a playlist.
I'm not a geek, my ass.
Yeah, no shit. It's called Denial. Thank you very much. Not just a river.
Isn't that a river?
Yes.
Yes. It goes through these pyramids.
But it's also my life.
Yeah, denial is life.
That's the state you live in, denial, right?
That's a very ancient truth.
But we had a Who night, and it was my turn to pick out what we were going to watch. So I went on YouTube and made a playlist of just of parodies of Doctor Who, and one of them were gay Daleks, and they said exterminate. Yeah, and it's
Gay Daleks is very funny because they're basically Nazis.
Yes.
So essentially,
So they're all Dave Rubens.
Yeah. Yep, that's very.
Yeah, you could probably push Dave Rubin over pretty easily.
Oh god.
But yeah, there was some really. I personally think what's his name? The last doctor before the
Peter Capaldi.
Capaldi.
No.
Jodie
no,
Whittaker.
Matt Smith.
Hold on. The old doctor.
Marlon
Who.
Brando.
Let him finish.
Sylvester
McCoy.
Stallone.
Sylvester
McCoy, who I loved.
I've never even seen Doctor Who, so I'm just.
Sylvester McCoy was a great doctor.
I
You just lost your nerd cred, David.
I've never seen it either.
I think it's in. I think it's in. I've never. Oh my
I
God!
found the gay
Jonathan
Daleks.
is going through it. What's going on with your internet?
John found the gay
Just
Daleks.
saying AI.
There's a whole series of them, but there was actually and it's literally Steve McCoy, literally his character as the doctor, only he plays the what do you call it, a foot doctor,
Podiatrist.
Oh, a podiatrist.
I think it was something like that, and instead of a TARDIS, he had a washing machine. It was
Pederast?
Yeah, he was the foot doctor.
A pediatrist.
Podiatrist.
Pediatrician.
No, that's for children.
A podiatrist.
Yes, that's the reason for the pederast and the pediat. Yeah.
Yes.
The Greeks and the Romans always causing problems for people.
And then you have the poderasts, like Joss Whedon.
Like Tarantino.
That's the name I was trying to find.
About 20 years ago, the News of the World, which is now gone, thank fuck. It was the worst Murdoch rag you can imagine. And
it was a classic newspaper. It was historical. It had existed for 150 years.
Yes.
It's like the New York Post.
Changed.
They ran a campaign to try and shame the British government.
Well, I gotta run, guys. Well, I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Oh,
later,
Bye, Isaiah.
Bye, Isaiah.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
To try and shame the British government into extending prison sentences for paedophiles.
Like you could shame the British government into anything.
Well, yes. However, they ran this campaign by putting the photographs of each one of these paedophiles on the front cover, 20 at a time, and saying, if you don't do something, we'll put some more on. And one of the end results was that a paediatrician in Cardiff got her house burnt down by a bunch of angry News of the World readers because they didn't understand the difference.
The word.
Yeah.
That's funny when you don't, when
it's not your house,
speak your own language better than you do.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's sort of funny. It's sort of, yeah.
When I say funny, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Groundhog says, thank fuck for the News of the World being gone.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more, mate. Couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
But how will you get the news from the world?
Who's leaving? Tim is leaving?
No,
What?
Isaiah, they're 30 seconds behind, remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I already forgot Isaiah was gone.
Mm-hmm. They're in a different time zone.
He played with his
tricorder
for the whole cast. So I'm not judging.
I'm judging.
Playing a game on my phone. So.
I could do that as well. Something I remember that like in the discussion about like how TikTok is like racist and all these like computer programs that are programmed by white people being racist and all. That's why when someone suggested like, listen, to fix all of the ills of the world of society, we just need a supercomputer to be able to solve our problems. And I'm like,
go tell that to Twitter.
I'll put a good example though, but I was just like, yeah, but they're programmed by like mostly cishet white people, so there's like the problem scientific racism.
No, and remember that AI that went on Twitter and went full Nazi in 2 days?
Oh, yes.
Because it learned from people on Twitter.
Yeah,
It learned from Sargon and his
Of
friends.
course it is. Yeah.
if we change how we do things in such a way so that we get enough, Black, Indigenous, just people of color to get into all these different industries, it starts taking the racism back out of it. And there is a potential future then that we could have that someday. Just not anytime soon with all the white dudes in charge.
No, yeah, I agree. Unfortunately,
I mean, look at what happened with facial recognition. They
Can we
ended
eat
up
them all
running through
already?
there was like 1 billion white faces that they ran through. And so on white faces, facial recognition does great. It does great on white faces.
Really?
It does not on brown faces or black faces because they only ran through like
Even on
100,000
women faces?
It wasn't great on women. And
it wasn't
had
great
a-
on women.
and it had a
Similarly, our
completely-
DNA testing technology is only really fully developed for white people.
Yeah. It also
That's amazing.
not only women
and not in the good sense.
the facial recognition stuff also had a complete nervous breakdown with trans people, of course, as well.
Yeah, well. Just like cis people, you mean?
Well, I mean, it's just all the bigotries, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, just add them all up, and that's exactly the problems you're going to have with any new technology coming out. It's going to be mostly geared towards white dudes, and that's what happens in a
That's the
patriarchy like
problem we
this.
have with medicine too, actually. But
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
definitely. Well,
I
how many
mean, I
doctors
cannot-
just dismiss women out of hand, just immediately, if it has
Yeah.
anything to do with pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why we still haven't done extensive research on fibromyalgia because 85% of patients are women, so no one gives a shit.
Yeah, 90% of doctors don't know how to pronounce it, so that's why.
There was also. Sorry, Joe, go on.
Well, I was about to say, like, tragically, like this past month, a doctor who's a woman of color was suffering from COVID, went to a hospital and didn't get any treatment whatsoever, died of COVID and without seeking any treatment, and she
Her
had to
being a doctor, she told them what to do for her.
Yeah, and it's like the white male doctors didn't see to her and like thought that like it's like, oh, she's not being like serious or anything like that. And she posted a video on like Twitter.
Black women, I don't know, maybe it's the same for indigenous women, but statistically Black women are the most likely to die because they are not cared for properly by medical professionals. I guess indigenous people might be treated the same way.
Yeah.
The miracles of
usually,
modern
if you
medical
look
science really only apply for
it's-
white people.
It's super, super rare.
White
if you look at
men.
any statistics having to do with Black folks in the United States, it's super rare to have it not be either exactly the same or slightly worse, depending on the statistic, for indigenous people. And
We
that's
can't
one of
even
them.
know
Healthcare is
about-
horrible.
We can't even know about that in France because statistics based on race are illegal. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are
because
they-
it's
Kind
meant-
of need that for data, though.
Well, it's meant to.
Are they
even
trying
out
to
the
avoid
playing
the
field.
Nazi thing?
yes,
Yeah.
it's to try to avoid Nazi thing, but the issue is you can't look at
They're trying to erase
marginalization and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like you won't be able to tell. Like, because that's
So
one of the things
it's a
the
good
statistics
thing
are showing.
and a bad thing. Like it's illegal to, for example, try to do statistics to prove that, I don't know, white people are more intelligent than Black people. The bell curve would have never happened in France. You don't have the right to do those statistics.
Statistics.
Yes.
Well, okay, so I
Of course.
understand, I understand the instinct, but the solution is wrong.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
You need that data to tell you when things are going wrong for this particular
Yep.
demographic.
Yep. but at the same time, there's not the same laws for gender, and we can see the disparities between genders, but also there's the bad thing that all the studies that tend to prove that, I don't know, men are better than women. You know, the usual, but
well, yeah, but again,
I think it's a good price. Yeah, I think it's a fair price to pay to have accurate data.
It's the conclusions that they're jumping to, and this is where you're watching in the analysis portion of science. That's where the bigotry steps back in. Because when you're analyzing the results, if you are seeing that there is a disparity between test outcomes in, let's say it's grade school children, if you're looking at the disparity and you're seeing that this group of kids is doing great in math, this group of kids is not, you need to wonder why they're not. And if you're finding out that it's because sexism, because the majority of them that are not doing well are girls, that's because sexism. That's what that statistic is showing you. It's not showing you that girls are actually worse than boys at doing math.
Yeah, but you know.
But if you're a white dude,
it tends to be the other way around, by the way.
If you're a white
in power,
but see, this is what
men,
that's the point that I'm trying to make, though, is that if you're a white dude, you look at that statistic and go, oh, well, of course girls do worse than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a girl, you're looking at that and you're going, oh, because sexism.
Yeah.
Except,
well, if you're
like,
unless you're a Karen would agree with the dudes.
Like,
but Karen's
she's probably gonna. Yeah, that is true. But
when you do studies that are blind, quote unquote, have you heard of that study that gave the same tests to students, and girls were told it was art and boys were told it was math? And no, I don't know. They gave a test to girls, the same test, and those who were told it was math did very poorly, and those who were told it was art did very good.
People are told that the test has been designed to eliminate, the racial or sexual bias, racist and sexist bias inherent in the thing. Then suddenly their scores match the thing. But if they're simply reminded that of the stereotype that their group does bad at this,
but it's to say that girls statistically do less worse than boys at math, because we are told since we are little that girls suck at math.
Yeah.
And I mean, for people of color, they are told since they are born that they are worse in everything. So of course they're going to fail at school.
You internalize all that shit.
And also they're brutalized by the cops starting at a very young age and put into the prison pipeline.
Boys mostly, not really girls, but yes.
Well, and you're taught I get why my parents taught me that I had to stay respectful. If I saw anybody in a uniform, I had to speak properly. I had to keep my tone in check. I had to make sure that I was not saying anything incendiary towards the person in the uniform, or I could expect really bad treatment from that person. Like, I grew up being taught that. Yeah. And so authority figures it's already confrontational. Like, I'm an anti-authoritarian by virtue of trauma.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because
exactly
I came to this logical conclusion. Like,
I remember being shaken out of liberal complacency by, I think it was the documentary Good Hair, produced by Chris Rock. I think that's where I saw just various black artists and actors talking about living while black. And it included not just Samuel L. Jackson saying that he would kill a motherfucker if they screwed with him.
Oh my God.
It also had LeVar Burton talking about teaching his son what to do if you get pulled over.
I love LeVar Burton.
Mm-hmm. And he said, look, if you get pulled over, you roll down the window, you put your hands out the window so the cops can see that your hands are empty. And I was like, wait, Reading Rainbow is teaching his son that? So that was one of the things that that helps.
Yeah, because it's not based on merit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not based on merit. You can be clean cut, quote unquote. You can, wear the suit and the tie, dress conservative. You can dress like them, look like them, talk like them, walk like them. And
What do
it's
you mean,
still a matter of your skin color.
Yep.
It always boils down to that. Or gender.
Yeah.
Not really with the cops. Honestly, women, we are pretty
Not if you're
privileged,
brown.
quote unquote, with the cops. They leave us
Not if
alone
you're
mostly.
brown.
Yes. But
If you're
that's
a brown
problem
woman,
that's
you're
the
actually
problem of
more
being
likely,
brown. But
you're more likely to get shot than a brown man, believe it or not.
really,
Yes.
I thought it was the other way around. I didn't know that.
When brown women, when they look at brown women getting upset or angry,
yes,
they see something beastly.
Yeah.
There was a big row last year, I think, in Britain because the Metropolitan Police, who are, they're not the most enlightened of people, even by police standards, pulled over a young woman and her boyfriend. She just happens to be a gold medal winning Olympic athlete.
Oh,
this is going to end well.
They ended up being dragged out, handcuffed, purely because her and her boyfriend were both black and they were driving a nice car.
And they're lucky because in Britain the cops don't wear the guns.
Because if you're brown, how dare you get a paycheck?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah. It's and I mean the Metropolitan Police in Britain have got a particularly bad reputation for it. Although I think
and you want to talk about the people who are going to get the shortest end of the stick? You're talking about the blackest, most womanist, most transist woman.
Yep. And
And
disabled.
those are the ones. Like if she is, and disabled, like
if she's
black, gay,
mostly
Muslim, Jewish, Native American, child of immigrants,
the professional
trans
grifters,
woman in a wheelchair.
Right.
Yeah, professional grifters, yes, because
professional
we all
left.
love.
Yeah, because those are the people that are getting the biggest checks from Soros.
Yep.
Yes, of course.
They're top of the intersectional oppression.
They all live in mansions in Beverly Hills.
They get all the handouts.
Mm-hmm.
There was a propaganda show which I stopped watching very early because it's in their first episode they went to a domestic violence incident and they interviewed the cops separately as talking heads, and this clown sat there and went, well, in my experience there are two sides to all these stories. And I was just like, a man has just beaten a woman senseless and you're saying there's two sides to every fucking story, you piece of garbage.
Abuser and victim, I guess.
Yeah, there's two sides. Yeah.
Technically he's right, an abuser victim, but
there are two sides. I mean,
there's two sides to this mugging.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm getting so fed up with the two-side things because Swedish politics at the moment is going very much into this. Like, you have a bunch of parties trying to make up with the ex or whatever Nazi party. That's
don't spoil political show material.
I was hesitant. I'm just going to spoil a little to engage the audience.
No, because David and I are going to do a show with culture shots.
Yeah, but it
Bruce
has
Willis was dead
bearing
the
on
entire
this.
time.
What?
That was a spoiler.
No, but so at the moment it's kind of we've had a few themes tonight, and one of them is stupidity. It could be stupidity, but in this case, it's just cynical grifting from the other political parties. They very well know the history of the party they are trying to make up with. They are Nazis. They try to get, they're trying to erase their history by not acknowledging it, basically. or not referencing it anyway. And so what they do is they try to pitch the idea that the Nazis were socialists.
Oh God! Oh no!
That's one of the wonderful things
So
that's been going on.
original.
Yeah, of course. It's not original in the slightest, but it's caught the imagination of, and then you get the people who are trying to both sides this, like it. And I remember I was talking to a colleague the other day, and I mean, if the one you're talking to is an obvious racist, and the other one is an anti-racist who think racism is a bad thing and should be eliminated from
I
politics.
literally can't see the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to come
If
up
you're
with a liberal
both
voice.
citing this issue, you're basically siding with the racist because you're legitimizing him or her being a racist, and that this is a legitimate standpoint in this day and age. And if you're doing that,
I'd
then
like to
you
talk
might as
about
well
robbing
just get out
banks
of here.
and both sides in that issue.
Yep.
Who?
Robbing banks and both sides
Terrorism
of that
for
issue.
fun and profit.
Yeah. You have the
I
banks.
don't know who that is.
You have the banks,
and
so
then you have
obviously
people
the
who
bad
want
guys.
the
Oh,
money
robbing
from the
bands. Okay. I thought you
Like-
were talking about someone that was named Robin Banks.
I think
Yeah, that's an asshole as well.
I think
Would be an awesome character name though.
Robin
I
Banks would be an
think-
awesome
I think
character.
David
Robin
being
Banks.
super serious and interesting broke me for a minute.
I'm usually very interesting, and I'm usually quite serious,
you're not.
even when I'm joking.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to teach you things.
yeah.
Shut up.
Well, as a believer in redistribution of wealth, I see no problem with robbing banks, to be honest.
I want to talk about the both sides of terrorism. Yeah, Groundhog. We should look at terrorism
Well,
from the
I
other
mean,
side.
Like technically, if you're talking about people who are the descendants
Yeah,
of the same people who literally did a both sides thing on genocide issues.
Yeah.
I was
They
thinking
did a
you were
both
going to.
sides thing then. Like,
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to going with the descendants of banks. I didn't. I mean, banks don't procreate, or do they?
I don't know.
Well,
No, because they
certainly-
seem to be like just kind of conglomerating into one big giant bank.
They certainly believe in screwing the general public over, so possibly.
So there's a chance of
Yeah,
procreation
but
there.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't
orgies.
produce
That's
any
called
kind of offspring.
orgies.
No,
Otherwise,
that's
other than
true.
misery.
No, it
Yeah.
actually eats the other smaller ones and becomes larger and larger, like a
Mm.
blob.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
That's
kind of-
very Akira.
Yes. Still like that movie, even though it's
Yeah,
very weird.
I like it too. That's one of the few, even though the drawing styles is awful.
And so we're back to these
Sorry.
Japanese cartoons. I mean, what the?
And this time it was
Akira,
Mitchell that
I
brought it
wouldn't-
up.
Even though it's technically true, I wouldn't define Akira as a Japanese cartoon, but
It's Japanese
yes.
and it's a cartoon.
yes,
so it's
but
the definition.
that's why I say even though it's technically right.
Mhm.
Oh, Joey, I thought of you the other day. I was I play a game, Rainbow Six Siege, which and they're in the next season or whatever they want to call it this year. They're one of the characters they're introducing. They haven't named him yet, but I might pronounce this wrong, so forgive me if I do. But apparently it's a Navado. It's
supposed to be Navajo, right?
I would imagine. And but I was sat there watching this, and some clown commented, "It's not even a fucking nation," and I went, "Yep, kind of is."
Yeah,
I just thought
it is. It not kind of is. It is.
I would love to hear Joey's take on this, and I would love to have watched you get ripped to shreds for this, you piece of garbage.
Well, I mean, the thing is like there's currently in the United States, not Canada, but just in the United States, there's 574 federally recognized tribes. Each one
So
has their own name.
nations. Nations.
Wow.
Like they all have their own name.
That's astonishing, isn't it?
So I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was that much, but I mean,
And there's some that are still
it's
trying to
not
be
like the
recognized.
Navajo was. It's a pretty known one. I mean, I live
No,
in
I don't
Europe
know
and I know of
I mean,
it.
to me,
if it's Navajo, they're the biggest.
well,
They're
Navajo,
the like
Navajo is NAVAJO, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this was ADO rather than.
Oh, I
Well,
J.
probably trying to avoid copyright issues.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
and
whether they're.
if you make things up, it makes it a lot easier to talk about. You know.
Yeah. Well, they've been very. I mean, to be fair to them with this bunch. Although no, fuck it, it's Ubisoft. Why should I be fair to them?
Yeah.
They've been pretty good with their representation of different countries, but this moron was taking offence to the fact that
that brown people exist.
Well, pretty much. I probably only plays white characters or something. It just sounded.
Mithril, I haven't played it, but isn't that based on
Tom Clancy?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
based on Tom Clancy. I know.
So,
Look, I know. Tom Clancy is shit, and Ubisoft are shit, but I enjoy the bloody game. So.
Oh no,
yeah.
we're not. No, that's
I-
No one's
think-
judging, babe.
I judge you.
I'm not judging either because I think it's
I
developed
play
by a
EA
Swedish
games,
studio.
so you know.
Oh, okay. So the Rainbow Six Siege game was developed by a Swedish studio. That makes sense. That's possible. Yeah.
We're
I
all.
thought it was
we're
Montreal.
all.
It was Montreal, Ubisoft Montreal, I think. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So it's the French Canadians then. Yeah. So
What?
they have.
Groundhog is saying at least we aren't talking about a game about a pandemic of depression called the dollar. Actual thing. What the fuck?
Whoa.
But of course, there is a game like that. Why wouldn't there be? You could probably make a lot of money out of
because
that if
decency,
you-
but you know, I'm an utopian.
Pathologic, which is god, it is the most down game you can imagine.
Yeah, I'm not playing anything else but The Sims anymore.
No, fair. Sims are
With
fun.
your gay lesbian witches?
That's fun. What?
Mermaid witches. Lesbian mermaid
Gay.
witches.
Gay witches.
I
Oh,
mean,
lesbian. Yes.
Yeah, play Tetris. It will make you communists.
No, Tetris. I suck at that fucking game.
Yeah, that's why you
I've
will
never played
become
Ace Combat.
communists. Yeah.
I used to be really good at that game.
I have a couple. I have one of the Ace Combat games actually. Might see if I can be able to stream it right now. But yeah, Groundhog and like another streamer friend of ours, Lin Wu, loves the Ace Combat series as
That's
well.
not true. I play Kid Wars too.
Yeah.
I should. The MMO RPGs are shite.
Mm.
Well, no, people are shite, but you know.
Yes. I mean, yes, we can have our opinions about like Ubisoft for sure. There's a lot of opinions I have about Ubisoft, and we have some opinions of like Tom Clancy. I just know he wrote like espionage novels, and like don't know about his politics, but he's American and a white dude, so
He's
probably
pretty
good job.
right wing, pro military.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
If you want proof of that, read.
It's also pretty dead, which
Yes,
is a good
that's true.
thing.
Yes.
I'd say.
Look
Do
at
we
my
have-
pajamas.
Oh, that's
It's
a sloth.
Yes.
That's not Tom Clancy.
No.
computer.
Well, it moves slightly more than Tom Clancy these days.
It's
so.
written.
Yep.
It's
I
written.
was gonna s-
It's cool.
I was going to say, do we have any thoughts on Boobysoft? But
Ubisoft?
Hell.
Okay,
But
okay.
fuck,
Is that
I
a real
love
thing?
boobs, though. No.
Because there are porn games out there, so I bet there is probably like one porn game developer that calls themselves Boobysoft. It's totally possible.
I looked for
That is totally possible.
lesbian porn sites, and none is free.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's some. Well, some of those sites are.
That's okay. I watch porn like once a year, so.
Yeah.
This
then
is
there
Tom
are-
Clancy's rightist wing novel.
Without remorse.
Yes.
Oh, without remorse.
It's the origin of one of his main characters.
Jack Ryan.
No.
Well, Jack Ryan's his main one, but yeah,
one of his. Like I said, this one is
Samuel Morse.
John Clark.
Okay.
The guy who runs around assassinating people. His backstory is that his girlfriend was killed by drug dealers, so he goes on a murder spree.
Of course, the girlfriend is killed.
Yeah.
French her.
At least in John Wick, they use a dog, not a person.
Well,
Yeah, so
his
it's
wife
not what they
also
use it
died
on.
in the backstory, so.
Yes, but she's not being murdered.
It's actually really odd because there are things, there are characters in the game who would definitely not be products of Tom Clancy's imagination. They have a couple of Central American freedom fighters types who are really cool,
Like
and very...
leftist freedom fighters or American
no,
freedom
leftist.
fighters?
Definitely leftist, anti-government. I mean, it doesn't specify which government clearly, but they're actually fighting against the governments. It's kind of, yeah. Well, they only came in after he died, so I'm presuming,
Another more proof that he's right wing. In the novel Rainbow Six, the bad guys were environmentalists.
I don't even know who that is. That's how.
We want a clean world. That's so evil.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to kill all of humanity through a genetically engineered disease that they were going to disperse at the Olympics in Australia.
Oh,
Except for
ecofascism.
leftists know that it's
Yay!
not, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's not even really leftism. Most
No.
people on the left actually know that the overpopulation thing is a myth.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
ecofascism is not leftist. Nope.
Okay, so
Even Peter fucking Coffin knows overpopulation is a myth.
Yes, Peter fucking Coffin. Yes, casket, corpse box. Like he still got it wrong though, but yeah. I did Google search.
Well, he
There
managed to do an hour-long video about eugenics without talking about disabled people. It's a prodigy. It's amazing.
Yeah, 51
How
minutes,
ableist can you be?
They even recognized it because it's like, oh yeah, I know that, but like,
Yeah, they said, meh.
yeah, but
Anyways.
there is a boobies off. There is. I Google search
Of
boobies
course
off.
there is.
And they changed their name essentially to something else, but they do have like games on HTIO and DeviantArt, and so yeah.
Is there boobies on it?
They do. There some of those games and their DeviantArts have boobies on it too, but it's just like there's the anime check.
Fuck, I love boobs though.
Big-breasted like nurses that were. A picture of Pamela, drawing of Pamela Anderson.
I will never understand what straight dudes have with nurses. Honestly, you're weird.
We want somebody to take care of us.
Nurses don't take care of you. They stab you with needles and stuff.
It's the mommy
They give you
thing,
sponge baths.
But it's more like, for them, it's more socially acceptable to like a nurse rather than do the mommy thing.
To balance,
you know what I'm saying?
To balance things out, my brother is a nurse. So, yeah.
How come
Mehmet
there's
is
no
drunk on Facebook.
for women that have to do with dude nurses?
The thing about nurses is that about until the mid 1800s, most nurses were men. And then suddenly, in the late 1800s, nurse became a female profession for some reason.
Nerd.
Yeah, but history is a good thing sometimes to get
Yes,
perspective
but I
on
thought that
things.
the actual
It doesn't
term
change the
nurse
fact
comes
that you're
from
a
wet
nerd.
nurse.
Yeah, but I'm not a nurse.
No, but you're a nerd.
But my brother is.
I thought that the term nurse came from wet nurse, though.
Yep.
Possibly.
No,
Like, as in
I don't think
nursing,
so.
breastfeeding.
Nursing means taking care of people.
It comes from Old French, basically nourish to take care of someone.
Oh,
Exactly. So the nurse being a
How come you
female
didn't know that,
profession
Julie?
thing.
what?
I said, how come you didn't know that,
She
Julie?
doesn't speak old
Because
French.
I don't speak Old French.
No one speaks Old French. It's a bad habit.
Just the immortals.
I'm pretty sure history nerds in France speak Old French, but like
Yeah, but they are history
no.
nerds. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like me. I don't speak. I don't speak Swedish. I speak Old Swedish.
So I have to read you Mehmet's post on Facebook because he's drunk and it's one of the funniest thing I have ever read. So he says,
Yes, but
"Oh, is
whatever you
it
do,
that-"
don't call him a slut because then you'll
No,
be
no,
banned
no,
again.
not on Facebook.
Well, not on Facebook, at least.
How is it that oh la la, ah oui oui, is not a yearning for some? I'm probably too to tell.
This
I
past
miss
week,
Mehmet.
the right have been freaking out about Mr. Potato Head.
Yes. No. Potato
But
Head.
they are
Yes,
Not
just Potato
Mister.
Head. Because
Just
Hasbro
Potato
decided
Head.
to make the brand to recognize that the brand includes both Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. So
And they're
the general
kids,
term is now
too.
just Potato Head,
Yeah,
which
it
includes both
literally-
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. But the right have been freaking
And
the
they're kids
fuck out.
because they want to do kids too.
They
Mhm.
are still
Right,
going to
like-
sell. They are still going to sell Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads.
Yes.
This is just a branding change. It has nothing to do with
Yes.
them taking the
Mhm.
genders
But
away.
of course, you get people like
What's
Ben
the
Shapiro saying
gender
that
of
they've gotten rid of
potatoes,
Mr. Potato Head
Amanda?
and now it's gender neutral.
That's what, when anybody says that the right are not snowflakes, then I'm just going to point.
No,
out
that
fucking
Right.
Karen
Right.
on a post I saw who's losing her shit because sex is assigned at birth, and someone asked her what gender is assigned at potatoes. Answer the question, Amanda.
Yeah, fuck
Amanda
Hasbro.
is the new Karen. I love that name. They're always Karens.
If you're offended by a toy called Mr. Potato Head, then you should seek professional help. There are only two
Yeah,
genders,
fuck
male and
Hasbro,
female. That's
though.
it.
I
If you have an issue
agree,
with that,
but-
just crack open a Bible. It's right there in black and white, Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head and the cult of gender neutrality.
No one is.
Yeah, everyone
No
knows
one is
there.
offended by Mr. Potato Head. We don't
Yeah.
give a
Like-
fuck.
There are at least 3 genders, so you know that.
There's like
Yeah.
a whole potato family now too.
Yeah.
There's like the
And
little
yes,
tiny
in French,
spud pot,
potatoes
there's
are
a little
girls.
one. Like, if there's a whole potato family, then
There's
why do
male,
we have to keep
female,
calling it
and
Mr.
Republican.
Potato Head? We're calling it just Potato
I mean,
Head.
this
and-
this is going to cause problems again for the vegans.
Now they can't
Uh,
eat potatoes. 'cause
Please,
No.
David, do not post propaganda for ContraPoints and Lead Salies.
Is it Lindsay Ellis that was like they did that?
That thing you just posted is an
Oh.
artist who works with those bitches.
Oh, okay. I already retweeted it though, because I still like the photo, and I like the caption. So that it's a seal. It's a cute animal.
Good evening, Clarice.
Oh, that's the reference.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, to yeah, Silence of the Lamb. Yeah, and yeah.
I don't follow that kind of
Oh, okay. It's
so-called
funny.
controversy, so I saw now when I looked at her profile that she's the Lindsay Ellis
Oh,
Right,
writer.
she's
Repetition
the
was good,
editor and
Mitchell.
writer.
Go to hell.
Yeah, I didn't know that. This is the thing about the internet. You don't always know where things come from.
Mhm.
So
I like D&D fourth edition. What is
Yeah,
your
D&D
beef,
fourth edition
Mithril?
was great.
It was crap.
You're crap.
No, we
It
can
was-
finally understand the fucking rules. Stop it.
Fourth edition was desperately trying to be World of Warcraft on pen and paper. I mean, Christ, they even made warriors into tanks. And DPS.
Some of them, yes, not
They were trying to give the
No.
classes distinct roles with stuff that they could do in and out of
Yes.
combat.
Yeah,
They were
except
trying to
that's
level
not-
the playing field so that it was fun at every level for all
It
characters.
was garbage.
You're garbage.
It was
No,
garbage.
it stopped being
You fucking
elitist
Novan
and
monkey.
fucking rollies didn't like that. Stop it, Mithril.
And the spell force, spell curse, whatever the friggin' it was called,
Plague.
was an absolute
Spell plague.
hot. Thank you. It was a hot pile of steaming elephant dung.
This
Are
is why
you
people don't like
whining about
Northerners.
5th
okay?
edition too?
Just gonna say it.
No, I don't mind 5th edition, but
I haven't played it yet.
I have
we
never
still
ever.
haven't finished our 4th edition.
I've never
party.
understood people complaining about Thaco anyway, because I perfectly, completely understood it. And
it was backwards and
all I ever,
stupid.
huh? It was easy.
What?
Thaco.
Thaco,
First and second
Thaco is
edition.
easy.
Your armor class
Which
gets
one?
better the lower the number goes. Come on, that's garbage.
Which one is
Thaco.
To hit AC 0.
To hit armor class 0, yeah.
Oh.
It was. I know what you mean, Groundhog. It kind of was, but yeah. I was a big. I had all the 2nd edition stuff, all right, until my ex's new partner threw all my books away because he was a tit.
Yeah, 3.5 was hell on earth.
I loved 2nd edition dearly. I really did.
Yeah,
grew up
I'm
with
not
2nd
old
edition.
enough for that.
I
My second husband had 1st edition books.
Yeah, I've got all the core books for all the editions, all the core
Nerd.
rule books. Yeah,
Of
I am.
course.
I am a nerd.
I didn't even know how to play D&D until I met my second husband. Didn't even know how to play it. Had never played it in my life before. Met him. He taught me how to play it. And
It's
he
fun.
made up
I
his
like
own
D&D.
shit. Like he made up his own rules. He just
no.
flat out said, you can do what you want. You don't have to actually go by the rules.
Yeah,
If you
that's
don't
we
like the
we
rules,
play house rules
welcome.
with my current party. So.
I used to play.
Oh,
lots
John
of
Brock was
games.
showing off his stack.
Oh God, nerds.
Here's my stash.
John
This
Bachman.
one's
Why
right
don't
back
you
to
like
my
D&D,
beer.
Groundhog?
I used to play Earth Dawn. I used to play Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I've played Call of Cthulhu too.
Paranoia was great fun. I don't
And
even think
Vampire and Nephilim.
Yep.
I like current.
there was also a game called Paranoia, which was
There it is.
it was a cyberpunk thing, and basically the tagline on the front cover was "The computer is your friend."
That's a nice cover of a D&D book.
This is not just 1st edition. This is basic D&D. This is one of the first rule books they ever published.
Wow!
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I have older brothers, so I inherited a lot of stuff. This thing is falling apart. You can see it's held together by really old tape. Every single page has had to be taped back in here.
That's like the nerdiest thing ever.
It's fucking glorious.
That it is taped up just to hold it together makes it even nerdier. That took it up like
It's like this. It's like the kid with the glasses.
Tape is so nerdy.
Just because I'm white and nerdy. Just because I'm white and nerdy.
Tape.
We're back to Weird Al.
Yes.
They see me rolling on my Segway.
No, Groundhog, I am more than happy to play any other system as well.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things, just to go back to Twitter, the most important medium ever. I'm going to, if I am allowed, share a picture of a man who scientifically named something, and you have to guess.
You can, David.
Yeah, and you have to guess what he scientifically named.
Oh, okay. I like that game.
I'll see if this works.
Are you talking about the mineral coming tonight?
No.
Did I ruin the joke?
Nah, well, you're not able to ruin this joke because it's too funny. So look at this man.
Is that Napoleon III? No,
Yeah,
that's
he
a
looks
German
like-
guy.
He's a
Prussian.
scientist of some
I
kind.
think he's French.
Mm.
Actually, I can't remember his name.
Is it a guy who named Uranus?
Maybe, I don't know. He might have named several things, but in this case, it's an animal.
Looks pretty. I don't know.
The
Look on his
scientific name
face
of
or
an animal.
I'm not seeing the picture, so I'm
Did
Is
he
that-
name Ursus Arctus? Horrible
Oh.
bear?
I don't think you can. I don't know if you see it in the Zoom call or if you have to wait for it on the.
Oh,
Is
no,
it?
it
It
came
is
up.
in the Zoom
I
call.
can't.
but
I can't see it myself right now, so I don't
is
know.
there? Are there any clues on the picture?
No.
Sort of a
Because
negative clue.
if there's not, I don't know how we are supposed to.
There's
I don't
a sort of.
dead white guys. Not all white guys know each other. David.
You can say it's sort of a negative clue if you look at him and his sort of composure and so on, and you think of the animals he might have named, scientifically named. I should say.
I have no fucking clue.
I'm drawing a blank too. Yeah.
I have no
Anyone?
idea.
Well,
It's got to
I'll
be.
yeah, Mithra.
It's got to be an animal that is associated with fun because he looks like the most miserable motherfucker.
I
you've
know,
ever
right?
met.
I know, right? Like,
I
you know
see
how
me
long
through-
he had to keep this face to get painted? Like,
Yeah,
This is a miserable
This is
guy.
exactly the reaction I had when I first saw him. I think
It's going to be
this
a red
guy-
panda. Red panda
this
or
guy has
something like that.
never had fun in his life. Ever.
Yeah, and to think that he actually named this guy.
Oh my god!
What
It's
is that
just like-
It's a
animal?
quokka.
It's
How do you not recognize the quokka?
I don't recognize a quokka. No.
I,
They
I
all
don't
look
know
like
that animal.
the quokka. It's
They're
an
so
Australian
cute.
marsupial.
Okay.
And it's probably a real. It's
That's
probably a
very-
very evil creature deep down
Yeah,
inside.
it's Australian, of course, it's evil.
But I
Right?
mean,
It's got like poisonous, venomous fangs in there
Yeah.
when it like opens its mouth.
it
Is
says
Mehmet trying to fuck you?
I've
David?
only just got the picture up. That is brilliant.
it's like this guy, and then
They're polar opposites.
Oh,
it's
God.
just too good. It's too good.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing.
That is the cutest little critter ever.
That is-
Yes, it's very
adorable.
cute.
It is
And
adorable.
how the fuck do I stop sharing?
There's a red button at the top of your next to share. There's a red button that says stop sharing. And we can see there's Mehmet who's trying to fuck you in MPs on Facebook.
Mehmet's
He's
trying to
drunk,
fuck
so-
everyone.
Yes. Oh, it's a wallaby. Okay.
No, it's a quokka.
Yeah, it's the one.
Groundhog says it's a wallaby.
Yeah, there is
So,
subset. There is subset.
like that, and
Yes.
that should be enough time for everyone to get the hilarious.
God.
Oh, okay. It's from the same
Juxtaposition.
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if this system
made
would be
me
good
cry.
for
Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, I wonder if this would be good for doing Mass Effect RPG.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're still wanting to do that?
Vaguely, yeah.
Because we talked about it like 4
2,
years
3
ago.
years ago. Or, yeah.
I still want to play though.
Mhm.
Because there was some more good natural.
superpowers, and I have very vague memories of how this game works. Here's the front cover to that book, and here's the back cover to that book.
There was a little bit more good news on the natural history front. A bird that was only ever seen once and described once and was believed to be extinct, and the only time it was seen was in 1840, was discovered alive and well in Papua New Guinea last week.
Oh, nice.
So it had disappeared for 180 years and then just kind of.
Yeah, so it didn't disappear.
No.
It was
Yay for
hidden.
diversity.
White people hadn't found it.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's when things start to exist.
Yes. It's just
At
sort
least
of
that's what it seems like when you're reading history.
the Heisenberg principle as applied to the animal kingdom.
No,
course,
no, no.
I tend to
It
go
has to
back
be
to
the
like-
right,
like-
the right white people, because I mean the white Vikings went to America first, and it didn't matter.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's even evidence that the ancient Chinese went to America.
Yeah, in the 40s.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean-
and probably neither raped anyone there, so
The
Well,
longer that they study, the more they're finding evidence of an entire Pacific Rim trade route that
That's
was
right.
just going for millennia
Yeah.
before anybody showed up in the 1800s from Europe. Like
I mean,
because you can literally
Pacific
there's-
Islands people were navigators, so I don't see
Yeah.
how they.
Well, and the way that the jet streams run right out there, there's times of year where if you paddle out and you catch that jet stream, you don't have to paddle all the way to New Zealand from Southern California. You don't have to paddle. You can just catch the jet stream and it will take you there
Yeah.
without ever putting your oars in the water. Like the
Way to
jet
make them
stream
sound
used to be
lazy.
like that. It made everything fast. And so there were giant trade routes that were going on for like ever. Like there are
they're
welcoming
dating-
songs and arrival songs that are the same.
They're dating them back to at least 3000 before CE. So
Yep.
At the moment, so it's
And that's
pretty
just
cool.
what they're discovering right now. They haven't dug down farther. Like
Yeah, it's astonishing. It's just great. It's I just think it's such a positive thing.
Well, it makes sense too, because when you look at our DNA, just as human beings, and all the different places that we're from, and that we've gathered in different places across the world, when you trace the DNA, it's got to make sense somehow.
And
we're figuring it out little by little.
And we are a species that tends to want to know what's over the horizon.
So that we can go have sex
in
with
the
it.
chat.
Exactly.
In the chat
Which
says
is how we got Denisovan blood and Neanderthal blood. We're like, oh well, they're human enough.
Groundhog in the chat says Snopes had to fact check that yes, cocas do exist.
No,
No,
they're
they are
not.
not too cute to exist.
Oh, I love that groundhog. You're great, man. You're great.
That being said, I'm pretty sure I'm like 99% Roman. Have you seen my fucking face?
Well, the Romans conquered, colonized most of Europe and in a lot of other places.
Whereas
Yeah.
I am obviously an English mutt.
No.
Same here.
We were never conquered by the Romans, so we're pure.
Oh.
Okay, muting you for going full fash.
Well, it's Swedish, so.
David's, we're pure Neanderthal up here.
I never know if all the Nazi serial killers are from Norway or Sweden. What's his name? The guy who shot people.
The guy who shot people. That's
Oh, the sniper.
Yeah. Oh fuck! What's his name?
Anders.
He was Norwegian.
Not Breivik. We're not
so-
talking about that guy. We're talking about Simo
I'm talking
Haya.
about that guy.
Simo Haya.
Is Breivik Swede or Norwegian?
Breivik was Norwegian. He killed social democrats because he
Yes, I
thought
know
they
he
would
was a
take over the
Nazi.
country.
When I think, oh no, this guy wasn't Swedish. He was
Still is.
Finnish. Simo Haya, who killed hundreds of Russians during the Winter War.
Because they
with a
invaded his
rifle with
country.
iron sights.
Yeah. I mean, it tends to be that if you look at the history, it's hard to find the good guys, but it's most of the time you can find the bad guys.
Yeah.
But it's never. I mean, World War II did a massive disfavor to people's perception of what war is, in that it got you the Nazis, which were obviously the bad guys, and then anyone who opposed the Nazis were the good guys.
Except
and that included like everyone from.
No, it was evil empires fighting over who could be the biggest, most successful
that
empire.
includes Stalin. So
Yes, of course. I mean, that's what I mean. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
World War II screwed with people's perception of what's good and bad, and if you're against something, you're obvious, and then you get like everything that comes out of that, and during the Cold War with the U.S. backing anyone who's against communism, in air quotes,
quote unquote, yes.
Yeah, and even if they're like to the right of Hitler.
Yep.
They're not communists, so they have to.
Hi, Pol Pot.
No, I don't see Pol Pot in the chat. What are you doing?
No, I say it.
Well, I think your big issue comes in when human beings forget that it doesn't matter what justification you're using. Some things are just objectively wrong.
Yeah.
And being
white,
a raging bigot in some way, whether you're saying I'm pro this religion or I'm pro that religion, or I'm anti this color or anti some other color, like whatever your justification is, it's always wrong. So when a fascist gets in power of communism, it immediately has like almost like a chemical reaction and becomes state capitalism, like instantly. Like you just combine those two, they have a chemical reaction, and boom, you have state capitalism. You don't have communism anymore. Like it's
no. If you have a state, you can't have communism.
Exactly. Like I mean, it's
the definition of communism is a stateless and classless society. You have to have both to have communism.
Right.
And moneyless too.
So when they
Unless
say
you're
that
mutualist.
Stalin was communist, you can't just say no, he wasn't. You have to then go into the nuance of yes, he was,
no,
but
I'm not talking to those people
then
anymore.
you blah 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 blah. But the whole point that I was trying to make is if you want them to understand it, you have to at some point explain it to them.
Yeah, but they don't want it. They're not interested.
No, they're not interested, but that's what I'm saying. We have to make them interested.
Yeah.
We have to make it like...
I'm with you, Joey. I completely agree.
I don't have I don't know how you do it, but I don't have the energy anymore. I don't have the spoons for that shit. I tried for a long time, but I'm too tired now.
Cognitive dissonance is a thing.
Yeah. Like in French, we have an expression, and it's like pain in the violin. It's useless. It means it's useless.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Well, except you can there's a whole group of people, an organization called Life After Hate. And these were all individuals in this organization who used to be neo-Nazis, literal white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
And they changed. And they're trying, they're doing their best. No, they've really changed. You should look it up. Look up the organization Life After Hate.
No, maybe that organization, but...
And these are human beings who have changed so much in their lifetimes that they're going back into areas that have a lot of youth because they know how they got a hold of.
Yeah.
Like they started out, there was a little bit of racism in their households, but nothing like what they got into. they got into that because they felt alone. They didn't have any friends. And then some young white supremacist who's like maybe in his 30s comes up, hey, buddy, I see you're alone, blah, blah, blah. This is how they start getting basically
This is
radicalized.
American History X.
Yeah, it's basically that movie. Only that really happens
except
in real
neo-Nazis
life.
are fan of that movie.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't have any problem with that.
Excuse me, just I'm going to leave because I'm tired and Mylene works tomorrow and it's 11 and
Yeah, we have been talking for about 3 hours now.
yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to leave like now. So
We should go ahead and
send
call
me
it.
money for my birthday. I love you. And
Send her Fruit Loops pizza.
No.
Happy birthday, Julie.
Thank you.
She lives in Viking country, so
I'm
it's
42.
good country.
Yes, I'm in Normandy now. The only place in France Americans know.
Yeah, that's true.
I love you.
Take care, Julie.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, Julie.
Bye.
Bye.
So
3 fucking hours. Goddamn.
yeah, we do talk a lot.
We had plenty of people, so there was plenty of shit to talk about. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Wesley's starting to look a little bit anxious back there, licking the floor for some reason. All right. So remember, everybody,
page.
Got all the links, and so that you can see the individual channels. Like Jonathan does the thing where he's been reading stuff, and Isaiah has started making videos too again.
Mm-hmm.
And Mithril apparently is doing stuff on Twitch, scaring people with not Mithril, Marty. Marty is doing stuff on Twitch, scaring people with her filters.
That would be the best
is
though,
a fucking Novan monkey.
If Mithril was doing things on Twitch and he didn't know it, that would be. I mean,
possibility.
I would absolutely go for that.
Old man smokes a cigarette. You get to watch him, and he doesn't know.
Yeah, damn right.
Oh, hey, I'm figuring out Patreon.
Yes. So Joey has a Patreon.
I have a Patreon now.
One of these days when I have some money.
You can find me at Joey Fire Lame Deer on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
So, what sort of content are you making? Or do you just want people to give you money for no particular reason?
I'm going to start... Basically, people talked me into writing down my experiences just being indigenous. And so that's what I'm going to start writing about. Just like stuff I've done, things I used to believe, how much I've grown, just what it was like living the life that I have being indigenous in this modern world.
Cool. And as for me, I do another podcast, Dungeons and Debacles.
Mm-hmm.
We're beating up bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Are they Stalinists?
Possibly. I mean, some of them are drow.
Kicking tanky ass.
Right. Consolidating that hold of the party.
All right. Any other announcements?
No, I'm just like typing in the chat, like my Twitch page and like charity links page.
All right. And I think that does it. Be gay, do crimes, stay hydrated. Smash the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.